Trading at the house, call it Big Dick Mansion. Charts on the screen, ain't no damn distraction. Bull flags waving, cash and check satisfaction. Bear flags too, haters love the act. Nasdaq futures got the market on a leash. OxyT is starting, make them grit and gnash teeth. Pockets getting fatter, all about that cheese. In the big dick house, profit stack with ease. Bull flags fly in the sky, money flowing high. Bear flags unleash the beast, cash and checks no lie. Living large, future bright, never gonna shy. ICT can take a seat, watch our numbers fly. Flipping trades like pancakes, stacking up the dough. On the screen, lines of green, a profitable show. ICT talking noise, but they don't even know. We're the kings of the trade, got that instant glow. Big screens, big dreams, gotta keep it clean. Strategy pristine, always on the winning team. ICT screaming, but it's all a meme. Watch us reign supreme, living in a trader's dream. Bull flags fly in the sky, money flowing high. Bear flags unleash the beast, cash and checks no lie. Living large, future bright, never gonna shy. ICT can take a seat, watch our numbers fly.
All right. We are live at the BDH. What's good, chat? What's good? Another day, another dollar. Wild Wednesdays. Somebody on Twitter said that every time I have a guest at the BDH, I have a red day. And I really take that personal. So no pressure today. We got our guest here. What's poppin'?
Hey, what's
Sunset Drive? Sunset Driver, baby.
Sunrise driver.
Sunrise driver.
Yes.
Sunset. You can also do the sunset. You know, sunrise, sunset.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of right.
Tell the chat where'd that name come from?
That name came from when I started my entrepreneurship journey.
Yeah.
I was doing Uber. I quit my job on faith.
Yeah.
Started doing Uber to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And then me and my wife, we started a business, a cleaning company, and then I started trading on the side. And my first trade I made was on Cash App.
Oh, Cash App. Okay.
Cash App. I bought I think Spirit
Okay.
Airline just to see what happened. It was in 2020.
All right. How did you get into trading? Like, what was you watch a movie, Wolf of Wall Street, and then you're like, oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, I watched that movie, and I've always wanted to make basically not tied to a location.
Yeah.
So trading gives you the ability to, you can be anywhere and still be able to make money as long as you have internet.
Yeah.
So that's what got me into trading, because I didn't want to be set to a specific location.
I do think it definitely attracts a lot of entrepreneurs because it also has a lot of flexibility, and it's like you don't have to trade every day. Like if you're too busy with your actual business or your other businesses going on, and you're like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel. Well, you shouldn't feel any FOMO, but you shouldn't feel FOMO, missing out on the market for the day. So, what do you normally trade? You trade futures. You said you've been trading about 5 years now. How did you find futures?
Futures actually.
Don't tell me it was a YouTube video.
Well, it was a firm. They're not really online like that introduced me to futures.
Yeah.
Because I was trading stocks for 3 years. Then, the whole PDT rule.
Yep.
I had to liquidate my Webull account.
Yeah.
Bought a house.
Okay.
So I didn't have as much on my Webull account no more.
Yeah.
So I wanted something with more volatile that I can. And then that firm introduced me to futures.
I do feel like the PDT rule ends up sending a lot of people to futures because having obviously that PDT rule kind of forces you to either trade futures or trade options kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't just trade stocks. Like it's the PDT rule. I remember when I first started, like I remember trading and I made a bunch of trades and then my account was like, your account's locked. I'm like, why? And they're like, because you broke the PDT rule. I'm like, what's the PDT rule?
Only 3. You only can do 3.
Nobody tells you about the PDT rule.
Only 3 day trade a day.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is like I remember with Robinhood if you got flagged for PDT and they like locked your account, you could call them and be like, hey, sorry, it's my first time. I didn't know what PDT rule is. And they would actually unlock your account one time. So you had one opportunity, and I did it a few times, actually. Like I don't know how I did it a few times, but I would call them and be like, they'd be like, yeah, we already – I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just learning this stuff.
Yep.
But that's the PDT rule is the funniest rule in the entire market because it is such a joke. The fact of like, oh, you can't day trade unless you got 25,000. But it's like, what is the difference? If I have 10,000, 25,000, I mean, I'm going to lose my money either way. Just let me lose it, you know?
Yep.
Let me lose the money. I think people end up losing more money because they trade. They like the PDT rule forces them to trade a certain way where they're like, well, I can't close my position until tomorrow.
Yeah.
You end up holding on to a loser overnight because you're like, I'm going to hold it overnight. Maybe it'll bounce back because like if I close it today, I'm going to get flagged as PDT.
Yep.
So
Went through all that.
I think the people who created the rule, whoever created the PDT rule, they were also trying to basically screw over the retail traders. So you started trading futures, and what was the first? Like, did you trade Nasdaq, ES? How did you first get into futures?
Yeah, I started. The first one I tried was crude oil.
Okay,
And then
crude oil,
yeah.
first one. Wow,
And I
this
started
guy's crazy.
crude oil. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Nasdaq's crazy, but the trade
crude-
crude oil first
yeah,
thing
I-
out of the
I was
gate,
getting-
you crazy.
Yep, I was getting chopped up. Then
Yeah.
I left crude oil, then I went to gold. And then
Okay, and gold. Wow, you
Yeah.
just go on the full degenerate
Yeah.
style. Crude oil,
Yeah.
straight to gold. Now what?
Yeah.
Now where do you
yeah.
go?
Then after gold, I went to Nasdaq.
Wow, this guy's on
man.
fire, baby.
Yeah, I went to
On
Nasdaq.
fire.
And I was trading Nasdaq for a long time until last year December.
Okay.
That's when I switched to Russell,
Okay.
and I got the most consistency with Russell.
Really?
I did great with Nasdaq.
Yeah.
I passed funding account with Nasdaq. I got payout with Nasdaq.
Yeah.
But I was trying to find consistency.
Yeah.
So then I found the most consistency in the Russell.
What was it that pushed you to wanting to find consistency? Like what was it? Just like your life in general? Were you just tired of the ups and downs of the Nasdaq? Like what was the reason to wanting to like find
The
consistency?
ups and downs.
Yeah.
And it seems like, and I remember I had a coach, and I told him, it seems like the better I get in the market,
Yeah.
the harder the Nasdaq gets.
Yeah.
So it's like, because my style of trading is like I'm like a scaling type of trading
Okay.
trader, and then the drawdown, and I was trading on Top Step,
Yeah.
and I was trading a 50K account, so that drawdown is not a lot,
Yeah.
so it didn't fit with my style,
Okay.
so that's why I switched to the Russell.
Russell, you think it's just a little bit cleaner?
Yeah,
Okay. I've never traded the Russell.
cleaner. It give you more. It's not as violent as the Nasdaq.
Yeah. No, I mean that is for sure. There is nothing more violent than the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
She is a violent woman.
Even on a micro now, it's still
Yeah.
yeah.
People, I mean, it's easy. You can lose 10,000 hours with a micro, no problem.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're trading the Russell. What's kind of your morning routine? Do you have a certain thing every morning you do, or do you just jump right in, up or down? Don't care.
I used to do that.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to learn from that.
Oh, okay.
I was like a big active trader.
Yeah.
As soon as I turn on the computer, I see something moving, I get in.
Yeah.
But I learned the hard way. So now I do the top down analysis.
Yep.
I look at the daily, the 4 hour, then 15 minute, and I go work my way down and look where the VWAP at, if we trending.
Okay.
Or yeah, so
I like
that's how I
it.
do
You
it
must have
now.
watched one of my videos.
Oh, come on.
You must have
Come
watched
on.
one of my videos.
Come on. I've been watching you for 2 years now.
All right, so let's do it. Let's do the top-down analysis right now here together. We'll see. All right, looking at the daily chart. We'll pull up the Nasdaq daily chart.
All right.
It ain't pretty. This the last few
Yeah.
days, it ain't pretty. But
All the tariffs news is
with all the tariff news and just all the uncertainty in the markets.
Yeah.
And then obviously that big old just Trump candle out of nowhere from 17,000 up there.
yeah.
I mean, I still think we're bullish. It's kind of like we're still bullish here as long as we kind of hold the middle of that big candle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, daily candle right now. I mean, do we
Yes.
dip down? Oof. Yesterday candle was kind of just non-eventful. We were stuck in the previous day range. So Tuesday's candle was pretty much just right inside of Monday's candle, and then now we're right inside of these candles again. I do
Yeah.
know one thing: like when we're inside of a range of a previous day, normally leads to chop. You know, you
Yeah.
just because it's like it's just almost like guaranteed. Like if the candle is in the previous day, you're just kind of fighting the previous day up and down and support resistance. Whereas, you know, when we're breaking out, it's like you have kind of that target.
Yeah.
Where when you're right in the middle of the previous day candle, it's like, okay, well, you could take out the high or the low of that previous day. And then yesterday we didn't do either.
I know.
So interesting.
We're still holding that. We're still holding that, like that Trump candle. We're still.
Yeah.
we're
Still kind of in that bullish
Yeah.
pullback there. These candles getting smaller and smaller. We got a little bit of I think Jerome Powell is speaking tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. What do you look at the news? Do you trade around the news? Do you gamble on the news?
Yeah, I trade on the news.
Yeah.
My biggest loss was on the CPI. Yeah, my biggest loss was on the CPI.
CPI will get you.
Yeah.
What's now? You try to stay away from that news, or are you still
Yeah,
all in on the
I
news?
trade the afterglow. Yeah, I trade the afterglow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting started here. 9 o'clock in the morning. Good morning. All right, Jerome Powell speaks today. Sorry, Wednesday. I forgot that Friday is closed. I always forget when the market's we got Good Friday.
Yeah, Friday we close.
Yeah, a little Easter weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might go on the boat. Weather's not too good. I always love whenever the markets close, like on a Friday or a Monday, the weather is never good. It's just guaranteed. You know, it's like the universe doesn't want me to have a good time. I want to go on the boat all weekend, you know?
Yeah,
but no, it can't just be that easy. All right, so daily chart, you know, it's like in this setup, I would lean more towards the idea of maybe some more choppy action here today.
Yeah.
So I'm not in love with it. That daily chart ain't pretty.
It looks like it want to break to the upside.
To the upside.
It tried yesterday,
Yeah.
but it just can't do it.
Can't get it. Well, it was interesting, too, because we have that gap down, obviously. We gapped down from yesterday's close, which I don't know why we gapped down, but maybe somebody had earnings.
Oh, yeah, I think NVIDIA. I was watching it last night, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did NVIDIA do last night?
NVIDIA brought it down.
Yeah, NVIDIA dumped last night. Well, that's why the market dumped. There you
Yeah.
go. NVIDIA dumping last night from 111 back to 104.
Yeah.
NVIDIA tariff news. You got to love that. Tariff news. The funniest part about the whole tariffs, I don't think a lot of people know about, is so basically, let's say Nike gets a shoe made in China for $10. Let's just it's probably cheaper actually, but Nike does not pay a tariff on the price of the shoe that they're selling. They pay it on what they pay for it. So Nike with a $10 shoe is now, I don't know, even if they pay another $10 because of the tariff, which they're not.
Yeah.
Now you have Nike has a $20 shoe that they're still selling for $300. So it's like, should I feel bad for them? You know, I think what we really have to ask ourselves is at this point, I feel like these companies have just been getting away with robbery for so long that it's like, hey, wow, like you guys actually have to like not make as much money.
Yeah.
You know, instead of making 300% margin, you only make 200% margin now. Oh, your life is so terrible.
Yeah.
You know? The CEO of Nike won't get $1 billion bonus this year. Oh, life sucks, you know? It's so terrible. It's not even about being liberal or not. I mean, that's just the truth.
Yep.
The whole shoes and just all these products. I mean, these headphones. What is these headphones are $300 for a pair of Beats headphones. They cost $5 in China to make.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, let's be honest. I think the companies have just gotten really, really greedy over the last 20, 30 years with these margins and.
Exactly. I think the consumers have to take a stand and stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like everyone's like, oh, the tariffs are going to make everything so much more expensive. But it's like, well, I mean, it's already so much more expensive.
Yeah.
My shoes cost $5 to make, but then I pay $200 for them. Like, you know, hey, who's the idiot here? Who is the idiot?
Yep.
Quit buying expensive name brand shit. I mean, everything is even non-name brand stuff is still insane margins.
Yeah.
You go to Walmart and like even the shoes at Walmart are literally 300 times markup.
Yep.
Because at this point, everyone knows that China just builds everything for dirt cheap. I mean, I know that. Most people know that. And the funny part is I saw Louis Vuitton, they were complaining because they could not find skilled laborers in Texas for their factory.
Oh, yeah?
Paying $18 an hour.
They
They were like, guys, you know, we just cannot find skilled laborers for $18 an hour.
Wow.
You know, like this company is literally upset because they're selling a $3,000 handbag and they're paying some guy in Texas $18 an hour to make it.
Yeah.
And like, no wonder, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey.
It makes no sense.
Oh, I'm upset, man. It sucks. We'll never be able to find good laborers for $18 an hour. My dad has a roofing company. He fucking starts his guys at $20 an hour just for showing up to work.
Yeah.
So the fact that Louis Vuitton thinks that $18 is like paying a good amount, like they be on some crack.
Yeah.
So dirt cheap, not a good thing or a good thing for us. Everything good for us. All right, let's talk on tariffs. More talk on market here. We looked at the daily chart. We were not in love with it.
Yeah.
We have this. I think we had a Europe or London must have had some kind of news or something there at open, and right now that big pop on London up there to the 860s. We got that gap, that dotted line to the upside there, and right now Nasdaq is kind of dipping on down.
Yeah.
Dipping on down. What do you? What's your kind of overall look? So now that you've got a kind of a bigger picture idea, what do you kind of come up with a bias, or you wait for market open, kind of let the trades form? What's kind of your?
Yeah, I wait for the market open, and I like to trade the pivot points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I look
pivot
at the pivot
points. I like it.
Yeah,
Hey, look at this guy.
Yep, buy low, sell high.
There you go. Pivot
Yep.
points. I don't know how the pivot's on the chart right here. All right, pivot points are on the chart. Right now we're at a pivot point. It's
Yeah.
always funny because it's wild to see how well the market bounces around those pivot points.
Yeah.
And it's not because the indicator, it's because of the math, right? The pivot points are just a mathematical equation compared to the previous day price action. So that's where it's like plotting.
Yeah.
Editor making noise in the background. He's fired. Get out of here, editor. Get back to your desk. Get on your desk, boy. Can't take this kid nowhere. All right. Pivot points. You said, I think, VWAP.
Yeah.
Your VWAP trader. I like
yeah.
that. Got to have that VWAP on there.
Yeah. Above the VWAP, it's usually bullish.
Yeah.
Below, usually bearish.
Well, and I talked about it yesterday, the idea of like, hey, you got to kind of find ways to stop yourself from taking trades.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, right? Like, how do I stop myself from taking just a random, just like a out of the blue trade? Like you said, like you just turn on the computer and all of a sudden, bam.
Yeah.
You put a trade on, but you had no idea. You didn't even look at you looked at nothing.
I used to do that.
I mean, hell, we've all done
Yeah.
it. You and sometimes it works out. That's the problem, right? Sometimes it does work. You
Yeah.
the market's moving, you jump in really quickly, you make $500, you think you're a genius.
Yep.
And then you try it again, then you lose 5,000. How many so who you trading with now? Top Step?
I'm trading with Apex now.
Apex.
Yes.
This guy, he says all the right things.
Yeah.
Says all the right things here. All right, so what size accounts? 50Ks?
25.
25K.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I picked that account because I don't want to spend too much time in the
In the
evaluation.
eval?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pass it quicker and I get to the payout quicker.
I like that. I mean, the nice thing about those accounts too is like you kind of like what the goal is, right? You know that you need to make a certain amount of money in 8 days to get that payout, be consistent. So you'd also it kind of forces you where you don't need to gamble and go big.
Yeah.
'Cause small, $200 days. What's the profit target for? I've never tried. What's a 25K profit
15.
target? 1,500.
1,500, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you need to make what 3,000 to get a payout, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
So that's not bad. I mean, what is that? 250 a day times 8. Something like that, right, math? Where's my mathematician? Give me my quant. Where's my quant at? But yeah, and then the drawdown, once you get above 1,500, the drawdown is now at 0 or 25, 100 or whatever.
Actually,
so.
I have no issue with the trailing drawdown.
No issue.
Because my styles work perfect with it.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm in profit, I usually trail.
Okay.
So I don't let it come back.
And you said you scale into trades.
Yeah.
You're not just going 5 contracts long right at the open.
No.
All right.
Because when I used to trade stocks, I was like a swing trader.
Yeah.
And I used to hold overnight. So I kind of trade that way on the daily.
Okay. So just kind of following the trend, looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Kind of adding. Okay, I like it. Micros, minis.
Both. Now I've been doing micro since the spread been so big. And so but Russell I can trade that regular.
All right. Russell trader. I guess I've never even trade. Are you gonna trade Russell today?
Yep.
Damn, I might have to trade the Russell with you. I've never done that. Now I'm definitely gonna have a red day. Now I'm definitely gonna have a red day.
The Russell's nice.
Oh
the
man.
Russell's nice.
All right. Maybe I won't switch, but we'll take a look at the Russell right now. So the Russell's sitting there, 1,880. They're almost the same exact chart as the Nasdaq here.
Yeah.
But there was not as big of a gap down.
Exactly.
Not as big as a gap down, not as violent.
Yep.
It's so weird to see 1,880. I'm like, what is this? Just seems too cheap. I want to pay 18,000. Come on. You know what's funny too is I've noticed sometimes where like I don't know if this happens with the Russell, but the ES will be at like 5,400.
Yeah.
And then the Nasdaq will be at like 18,400. I'm like, how do they do that? How did they?
The
it's
market
manipulated,
makers,
right?
the market makers, man.
The market makers be doing that somehow.
Like you said, they be watching the stream too.
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
if I was a market maker, I would definitely be watching this stream. This is the most hottest stream in the land.
Yeah.
Just makes no. Why would you not watch this stream? Come on. All right, right now, looking at the Russell here, pivot points. Got a pivot point 1875. So those pivot points are about what, 20 points, 22 points apart there. So what? I don't even. What is the? Is it $5 per dollar move in the Russell, or is it like if it right now we're at 1,880, and it goes to 1,881?
Yeah,
how much?
It's like $5. Yeah, it's like $5.
$5.
Yeah.
50. Oh, it's $50. Is it? Which one is it?
Oh wait.
Is it $50 per point?
Yeah.
Like point.
Yeah.
Like point one and then.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense. All right. Oh man, I knew the chat was gonna be on fire today. I knew they'd be on fire today. Can't take these kids anywhere. Oh, don't read the chat. Nobody read the chat. Just don't read it. There's something else. All right, so you've been trading for 5 years. You started out in the stock market, trading stocks, and now you're in the futures game, trading with Apex. What's been kind of the one thing that you really, I guess you talked a little bit about consistency, but what's been the one like kind of big thing for you to focus on as a trader, you think, that's helped you? What's helped you over the 5 years find consistency?
I would say what helps me was fixing the things I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
So I was very active. I realized I wasn't working. Then I started develop more patient.
Yeah.
That helped me out, and then I stick to my strategy too.
Yeah.
Stop switching because I was chasing strategy.
Yeah. That's. I've done that a
strategy.
few times.
So yeah, and then what pushed me be consistent is that I want to see more payout because I mean I've been going through the motion, doing the work.
Yeah.
But I definitely trying to get more payout for this year.
All right.
And I'm on my second one with Apex.
Yeah.
Starting this year, so
okay.
It's coming.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, I like it. I mean, that's what's funny is pretty much to sum up everything you just said, it's just trade less.
Yes.
That is always the story for everybody. You know, like you talk to really experienced traders, you talk to new traders, you talk to traders who are very successful, and it's always the same exact response. They always say that, you know, trading less, waiting for the right setup, not trying to trade every move is how they found consistency and how they found success. The problem is if you're constantly chasing the market and you're blowing up, you're having major swings in your P&L, it makes it very difficult because now, you know, mentally you're just so like it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. And
it's hard to control those emotions. Going from, you know, being up one day $500, the next day being down 500, the other day being up 10,000, and then being down to, you know, 20,000. Like I tell people too, probably the best thing to do when you first start out is just like get to a point where you're like consistently losing, right? If that makes sense, like trying to consistently lose the same amount of money every day.
Yeah.
Where you're like, if you can just only lose $200 for 6 months straight, I guarantee, like, you know, you're gonna make some money along the way. Like, not every day is gonna be a red day, but like, can you stop? You know, when you get that $200 red, can you stop? Like
risk management. Now, I had that issue. That's where I had to force myself to trade the daily loss limit.
Yeah.
That kind of helped me out because the swing trading mentality kicks in, and I'll be trying to fix the trade, and then I start. You know, when you start looking for stuff that's not in the market, you're trying to believe, oh yeah, this is gonna happen.
Well, you know you're in trouble when you start going, oh come on, man, just go back up. Just go, come on, market, just go up. So if you start yelling at the chart, you know you're fucked. It's over.
So I had to use the daily loss limit to prevent me from going on tilt. So once I'm locked out, that's it.
That is the nice thing about the prop firms is it does force you to like you know, follow a rule.
Yeah.
I tell people, I'm like, hey, people are always like, man, I want to start trading. Like, should I start out with a prop firm? Should I start with my own account? I'm like, well, why not start out with a prop firm, pass the evaluation, and then, get a payout. Like, prove to yourself, kind of like taking a test, right? You pass the evaluation and then get a payout, and then you can fund your own account.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, even if it's just a $2,000 payout, but, like, just prove that you can buy an eval, get into a funded account, take a payout, and then you should be like, okay, now I'm ready. Maybe you're not ready, but like at least that, hey, I can make money and I can follow rules.
I could honestly say it would take me a while to be ready to trade my own money.
Yeah.
If I would trade my own money, it would be stocks.
Yeah. Okay.
I have the most edge.
Yeah.
But future is too unpredictable to trade personal money.
It is. I looked at, like, the other day, I was looking at, like, the NVIDIA chart, and NVIDIA chart was, like, just, like, it was a like, perfectly just, like, going up.
Yeah.
Where, like, where you looked at the Nasdaq was like, wee. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But, that's what we pay. That's what we paid for. Buy a combine. I said it. Oh, God. All right. We are getting fired up here this morning.
10 minutes?
You got about 10 minutes.
Do
you trade right at open, or do you wait? Do you just go all in?
I'll wait for the 15 minute.
Okay.
Wait for the 15-minute candle.
Honestly, being able to wait even just 15 minutes sometimes is the hardest thing to do, but also it'll save you in the long run.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that first 30 minutes, even the first 30 minutes. I know some traders who they won't even trade until 10:30, 11, just because they're like, I don't even want to mess around, because especially if you're trading Apex and you're trading the account, like the copy trading and all that, you don't really need a 300-point move. No. You don't need a 100-point move.
No.
You just need like a good 20, 30-point move, and bam, you go, baby.
Unless sometimes the move happened before the market open.
Yeah.
Like it start pushing up. I might take a scalp. If the moves if it's there, if the setup is there, I might take a scalp. But most of the time I'll wait.
Yeah. All right. What are some of the strategies that you've tried? Have you ever tried to mess around with like ICT or any of the other?
No ICT.
No ICT.
No ICT.
Oh man.
No ICT.
All right. The gap today, that dotted line, 18,950. 950. We'll see what happens. Big gap down overnight. NVIDIA gapping down with the tariff news. Yeah. And we're just sitting back here waiting and watching, getting ready to make some money. Does the Russell correlate with any other futures or stocks? I mean, I feel like if the Nasdaq's going straight up and like the ES is going straight up, then the Russell's probably also going up.
Yeah.
I'd say the Russell might be a little bit more immune to like tariff news and stuff. Obviously, if the whole market's crashing, maybe if the Nasdaq's down 5%, the Russell's only down 2%.
Yeah.
So it's a little
less violent.
volatile.
Yeah, less violent. Yeah.
Why does he choose the Russell over the NQ? You said it's just a little less volatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. The funny part is people always ask me, Patrick, why do you trade the Nasdaq? Why don't you trade this? Why do you do that? I'm like, sometimes it just speaks to you.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just look at the chart and it just works. If at the end of the day, if I was looking at the Nasdaq chart and I didn't know that it was the Nasdaq, would it change my mind? Would something change? It's just I'm looking at the candlesticks. I'm not sitting there going, okay, this is a candlestick on the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
I'm just trading what I see, baby. Right now, the 15-minute chart, that pivot point right there, 630s. Does NVIDIA or SPY follow NVIDIA? What? No, NVIDIA is the Nasdaq.
Yeah. I've did good trading the Nasdaq, but lately the candle's been too way
it's almost, it's like, what do? You enter a trade, and then all of a sudden there's a tweet, and the market goes up 200 points or down 200 points. There is just nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You can't predict that Trump is going to tweet when he's on the toilet and be like, hey, everybody, I'm taking a dump, and then the market dumps 300 points. When
I started trading the Nasdaq, my stop loss was 15 point.
Yeah.
Now 15 point is...
No.
Yeah.
You can't. 15, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, people are like, what's your stop loss? What's your risk on every trade? I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, definitely not just like you can't just set a number, I think is one thing to say as well. Like, people think that there should just be like, you just set a number where you're like, okay, I'm going to get into this trade, and no matter what, I'm going to risk 10 points.
Yeah.
It's just impossible.
Not with the Nasdaq.
No, it's impossible.
Especially now. The 1 minute is like 100 points now.
The volatility obviously has slowed down a little bit this week. Monday, Tuesday wasn't as insane.
Yeah.
Which I feel like Monday kind of obviously was kind of up and down, but yesterday was very just choppy, not really going anywhere.
I think there's a trap. There's a trap coming.
The trap is coming.
The trap is coming.
It's always coming. Oh, the trap is real, man.
Yeah,
trap is real. Trap or die.
The trap is coming.
All right, we got the VWAP up there. We got the EMAs on the 15-minute chart. We got pivot points. We got those dotted lines up there to the upside. And, yeah, we're getting it going. What's the end goal? Trading, life. What do you would you like to get to a point where you're like just full-time trading, or you said you got some other businesses and stuff you got going on?
Yeah.
So just kind of supplemental.
My goal is to extract as much capital I can at the market. Maybe build my stock portfolio.
Yeah. Long-term portfolio.
Yeah.
Build wealth.
Yep. And then
there you
go into real estate.
Okay.
That's the end goal.
Okay. Guys over here building an empire, baby.
Yes.
I like it. What you said you did Uber in 2019?
Yes.
That was a hustle.
That's how I got the name the Sunrise Driver.
Yeah, Sunrise Driver.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like where'd you drive Uber at?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale,
Miami.
That's gotta be. Well, I'm sure you got some great stories.
Yeah, some horror stories.
Horror stories. Yeah. I honestly I give props to Uber drivers because like I can't imagine dealing with some of the people that they have to deal with. Just like insane people, especially like drunk idiots at night and stuff, and like just the whole thing. People just have no respect anymore, you know. And I've seen some insane videos online of just people doing crazy shit. I saw a video the other day of some there. I think it was in Miami or somewhere where these two girls were in the back of the Uber driver, and the one girl had a gun pulled out, and she was like filming a video, laughing about it behind the Uber driver, like pointing it at him, and the Uber driver had no idea. And I'm just like, bro, this is gnarly.
Wow,
this is crazy. Like people crazy out there, especially in South Florida. You just never know.
Yeah, you
never know, man. In Florida, it'd be wild, crazy.
Yep.
Is that why he drove Sunrise to avoid the drunks? Well. Might have been Sunrise Boulevard.
Yeah.
Hey! All right. I like it. We got about 3 minutes here to the open here. Why is Florida so crazy? I don't know. I think it's something in the water.
Yeah.
I think, you know why Florida's crazy is because a lot of people from all over the world move to Florida. Yeah. And it is such a insane mixing pot of cultures, people. I mean, people from just like all over. You get people from South America that move here. You get people from Europe that move here. You get people from all over the USA that move here. It gets hot.
The weather, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And I think, you know, I don't want to blame the women, but you know, these women in South Florida, they be wearing little tiny bikinis. They be all trying to go out at night, looking all sexy, just putting out, you know, be making all kinds of, you know, issues. All the boys be getting all hot and bothered. So I don't know. Something about that South. I tell people, I'm like, when you go to the beach or you go out in South Florida, you just like you're amazed because you're like, everyone is beautiful. All the women are beautiful. They all be looking good, and you're like, what does the rest of the world look like? And then you see other places in the world, and you're like, damn, yeah, no, this is a totally different world. I mean, Miami is its own country basically.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it. Miami is just a different country. Go look at Looking at videos of people in Norway going to the beach compared to Miami. A little different vibe.
Exactly.
Spring break, Miami. All right, Nasdaq just kind of bleeding out here into open.
Yeah.
Slowly drifting down. We got about a minute here till market opens. We got the low from the overnight, 18,500. We bounced.
We got a
double bottom there.
Yeah, double bottom at the 15-minute.
Double bottom of 15-minute. So we're just kind of dipping into there. I'll see if we kind of bounce off that little trend line maybe. Big gap down here overnight. Right now the Nasdaq down about 2% on the day. That dotted line to the upside there, 18,963 is the close.
No gaps like they can be filled.
We got the close. Oh, by the way, I've got a code for 5 people to get basically 99% off Apex accounts today. So if the chat is on their best behavior, I'll give it to you. But if not, I'm giving it all to Sunrise Driver over there. So y'all better be, you gotta be on your best behavior. Because if not, he getting all the codes for free. Here we go. Market is open.
We open.
Straight back up for now. That pivot point right there, 630 area. 630 pivot point there. She's a ripper. That pivot point and then that VWAP up there at the 664s now. Right there to the pivot point for now at the 35.40 level. Oh. Oh, there's some music up in here. All right, so you're just sitting back waiting, giving it some time. Market just open. No rush. I like it. Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, we got a rejection.
Nice little rejection right there at that pivot point. You ain't wrong about it.
It's like a triple bottom.
Pushed up there again, 620s. I want to see if we go to the VWAP there. 1 minute chart right now, holding up there at that 21 EMA. VWAP at the 664s.
Looking bullish.
Looking bullish. How's the Russell looking?
Yeah, it's bullish.
Looking bullish on the Russell as well?
Yes.
All right, Nasdaq up there through the pivot again. 640s. That 660 level is your VWAP now. Bulls just kind of pushing here. Get to that VWAP level. We're above that pivot point for now. Dude, my camera. My camera again. These cameras.
Acting up.
Everything be acting up in here.
Just keep getting rejected. Let's see.
The more times we test it, the bigger the breakout.
Oh yeah, it's pushing.
She's pushing. So far, pretty. Oh, this camera. I can't deal with this camera right now. Why does this happen to me? It's only my camera. It's never anyone else's camera. I'm just too hot, man. Too fucking hot up in here. right, Nasdaq right there at the VWAP for now. We need some momentum here. We did have a big gap down on the day, but Nasdaq just stuck there below the VWAP for now. I want to see the VWAP get broken. We've got obviously our 15-minute opening range forming here. Still got plenty of time. It's only 4 minutes. That's what's crazy. The market opens sometimes and you feel like it's been an hour already.
Yeah.
Looking at these candles, I'm like, man, it's all right. I'm done. I'm out of here. She looks like I don't want to jinx it, but I think we go higher.
Yeah.
That 720, there's a pivot point up there, 18,800s. Just got to get through the VWAP. So pretty much get through the VWAP, and then we can go. I'm gonna try something here. Tell us what you're seeing on the Russell over there. I'll move this over to the RTY for a second. Oh, while I fix this camera. You're on, baby. No pressure. Russell's ripping.
Yeah, it's ripping.
What time frame do you look at mostly?
I'm on the 3 minute now.
3 minute.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to get a pullback.
All right. Break it down for us. I'm going to change this camera real quick.
All right.
That gap is right there, 18,092.
Yeah.
He's waiting for a pullback?
Yeah.
He's waiting for a pullback, chat. Wait for that 15-minute range, I think, is always a good play. 15-minute range to play out here.
Yeah. I know Rich strategy, he would have got in on the push.
The push. This camera is ice cold, baby. I don't understand why my camera gets hot so hot. I think it must just be my looks. It don't make no sense. We all have the same cameras. How is it that my camera is the one that overheats? I mean, I'm not saying you're a bad-looking dude, but I'm just saying something going on here. I don't understand it. All right, we're back. We are getting you back, baby.
The FOMO is real.
FOMO is real?
Yeah.
FOMO went over there?
The FOMO is real. It's pushing.
FOMO went over there? Come on, man. It's going up.
Yeah, it's
going up.
FOMO is real.
All right, the RTY up there to fill the gap. Where's the NQ at? NQ up there to the VWAP. Oh, that would have been a nice little pullback. Nice little pullback there into the 21 EMA I was kind of looking at.
Yeah.
If you see, kind of like that little pullback right here would have been perfect to take that little breakout there. Fucking around with these cameras. I'm losing money because the cameras don't work. God, I would have made so much money on that fucking trade. So much. We still got time though. What we got? We got any news today? Did we look? Did you look? Anybody look?
No.
I didn't look. You were distracting me this morning. You're distracting me. All right, let me see what we got. Let me see. All right, Nasdaq still pushing. Opening range here up through the VWAP now. That was exactly what we were looking for. That push up there through the VWAP. We had 830 numbers.
We had news at 8:30.
Like, you ain't got much going on. We got looks like Canada actually at 9:45 is announcing their rate statement, which shouldn't really be a huge mover, but we'll see. Getting ready. Oh, do I go in here?
Yeah, the FOMO is real.
Oh, that setup there. The bull flag was so perfect, Patrick. What are you doing? Fucking camera. Fucking cameras. I would have taken that all day if it wasn't for me looking at that camera. There's the move from the 640s up there to the 680s. All I need is 20 points, but guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
They're going to be another 20-point move coming, baby.
Oh,
We know that. We know that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Guaranteed. There's always another 20 points coming.
Yeah. 20 points is nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Patrick, why did you not use the top of the red candle to make the... Well, I mean, either way, does it really matter? If I made the top of the red candle or that candle, it's all the same. It's pretty much the first candle to make a new high on that pullback. So we pull back into the 21 EMA. The first candle to make a new high above this candle here would have been 43 for an entry. Bang, you're long. You're taking that move up. That's why I drew it that way, if anyone's any questioning in the Wanda. All right. Let's look at this 15-minute candle right now. Looking at this 15-minute candle. We got right there to the VWAP for now. Still got 5 minutes here until
it's closed.
Opening range.
Man, that was a big rejection.
Big rejection. Right there at the VWAP, baby. Right now, pulling back directly into that EMA pivot point again, 640 area. Just tapping into that pivot point, 640s for now. Got the EMA there, everything kind of sitting here waiting for this opening range now. Very tight little range here for now.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we start to squeeze up here, that 680 kind of being breakout, and then 18,720 to the upside there.
Trying to get some structure.
Need some structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Nasdaq just keeps bouncing off of that pivot point and everything, so... See what happens here. 9:45. Right there at the VWAP for now, holding us down. VWAP holding us down, trying to get this VWAP break again. Oh, buddy. Tell me that 80 area ain't going to break. Tell me that 80 area ain't going to break here. You ever just like see a certain level and you just know.
Yeah.
You just know.
It's gonna.
It's got to go. It's gonna go.
The bulls
right?
Are,
it's just gonna go.
The bulls are pushing.
Bulls are pushing. $15-minute range coming up here. 2 minutes until that 15-minute candle closes. Right now, the 15-minute candle looking pretty bullish.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bullish.
Looking pretty bullish. We held those kind of lows down there. We had that big gap down here overnight. Just got to kind of wait and see. I mean, obviously, if I'd say, get through that 700 level, kind of through there, 700, that pivot point up there, 797 to the upside. Stuck there right at the 80s. Again, what was the high on that candle? Did we break 80? Ooh, 79.50. 79.50. That's why we don't just jump in, you know?
Yeah.
Just because I thought it was going to break, don't mean it's going to break. Do you find yourself more of a bullish trader or a bearish trader?
Bullish.
Bullish.
Yeah.
It's easier to bet on America, you know?
Yeah.
It just feels better.
Yeah.
It feels better making money when the market's going straight up.
Yeah.
You know? When it's going straight down, I feel bad, but not really. But as long as I'm in the trade, I feel all right. All right, here we go. We got a little bit of news. It's nothing out of the ordinary, so market right now just holding on here. Someone said the daily looks heavy. I mean, the daily just looks like poo-poo right now.
Yeah.
This is the daily chart. Daily chart has a pivot point there at the 570s that we bounced off there. So
we're still red on the day on the Russell.
People asking about your YouTube channel. You do not have a YouTube channel. You're a YouTube subscriber.
No, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, but I mostly have gaming content on there.
Just gaming content.
Yeah.
But the reason you're here is not because you're a influencer, but you're a fellow BDH viewer, subscriber.
Yes.
I think people forget about that sometimes. I see the chat asking about it. I'm like, no. You're one of them.
Yeah.
You're literally one of the people in the chat that came to the BDH.
Yes.
I am you. You are me. All right, Nasdaq just denied, pulling back here again.
I think it's a trap. There's a trap coming.
All right, our 15-minute range is now set. Sleep tight meditations. I love it. I wish I could come chill at the BDH. I'm a girl. Can girls come? No, yeah, definitely. Yes, girls can come. Oh man, you guys set me up for that, didn't you? She set me up for that. Can girls come? Oh, they can come. Oh, pivot point right there. You still flat? No, nothing going on yet on the RTY?
Yeah, I'm still flat.
How's it looking? RTY pretty much the same exact move as the Nasdaq
Yeah.
right now. Would you take that opening range break to the downside, or?
Trying to see what happened when it tests back that low.
Yeah.
If it break down low, yeah. But we're still in that range. If it makes a new low, let's see.
RTY's got like some room to the downside there through
Yeah.
that 868 level.
Yeah.
Down there to that pivot point, 862s. I like it. Who's saying? Everyone's saying trade of 8 is down. I don't think trade of 8's down. Works for me. It works for me. All right, Nasdaq chopping around here. We need some type of little pushback up to get a bear flag.
Yeah.
Hard to get short down here because, you know, they love to do that where they, like, dip it right through the bottom of that opening range and then rip it right back up just to trap everybody down there.
Yeah, I don't like shorting the bottom.
You and me both, my friend. It ain't nothing I love more than not shorting the bottom.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing better. Shorting the bottom is you know, that's bad.
Recipe for disaster.
Shorting the bottom and buying the top. If I can avoid those two things, I'll be a happy, happy man.
Yep.
All right, 18,600. Nasdaq back down. Not looking too hot right now.
Yeah, the bull not holding it.
That opening low is down there at the 73s, but like you said, it's kind of a tricky spot.
Yeah. Is it gonna hold?
Yeah, it's almost like I'd rather see this get through that low, find some resistance, kind of build out a bear flag, and then there's always that London low down there next. 18,500 here on the Nasdaq, but for right now, no reason to do anything. Because looking like that candle right there, look at that. That getting everybody. People were shorting below that 90 area.
Yeah.
Trying to short this right here, and then bam. What'd they do? They just pump it back up. Just pump it right back up.
Oh, I think we got a bounce. Let's see.
Market be tricking more than it be treating.
Yep.
Might be a new bumper sticker. The market be tricking more than it be treating. When's Halloween coming up? Trying to figure out. I can turn this opacity down.
I'm gonna try a long. Look, we got a bounce.
Trying a long?
Yeah.
Where at?
Hold on.
Back above the VWAP here on the RTY. Nasdaq just ripped back down again. The chop is real.
Yeah, it's still chopping. It's not giving me that follow through. Not getting any follow through.
Just needs to lose that 600 support there on the Nasdaq for now. All right, Nasdaq just kind of chopping around here at the 600 level. We're in the middle, well, the middle of the 15-minute range right now.
Same thing on the Russell.
Yeah, 18,627. Just not really getting a clear direction here yet. I don't know why
Yeah, it made a lower high.
Why did my 2-minute chart go away here? Oh, God. Chart's getting all kinds of crazy. Holding up there. 18,600s for now. Got the EMA there at the 620s. That pivot point to the upside, 35s. Just holding the lows kind of like down here for now. Now I can't even change my time frame.
The trader bait?
On my trading view chart. What is happening? Oh, buddy.
Oh,
She's dipping.
yeah.
588 breaking there, right through the low now. Now, the question is, do they continue lower here?
Yeah.
Down there to the London low. This is so stupid right now.
Let me see what happened on that. If it holds that low.
Which low? The London low?
Yes.
I mean, should be where we're going. London low here. Like 515, 512 area.
Yeah. Buyers are still trying.
It just popped it back up there again.
Yeah.
This is that kind of retest of the 15-minute range here. Retesting the 15-minute range here. Will the bulls... We got wick on the bottom of those two candles now. We need like a big red body candle through that like 550 area for the shorts. Need more selling pressure.
Yeah, it's selling.
Looking a little better.
Oh, it's selling.
London lows down there at the 515 area for now.
Glad I didn't take that long.
London bridges. This chart right now is really messing me up. All right, looking at the 15-minute chart here now, you can see, I don't think it is a 15-minute. This thing is still messed up. I need to reset this somehow. All types of technical problems today. All types of them.
Yeah.
It's got all the problems today. Oh, Nasdaq down there to the 540s. Can she take it all the way downtown to Charlie Brown? 516s is that London low down there. 516s. 516s London low. We just kind of like tapped into that little trend line that I drew earlier there. I don't know if that's actually going to help or not, but got real close. There's that London low area. Nasdaq's looking for.
What Nvidia doing?
What's Nvidia doing? I don't know, but the Nasdaq's going downtown right now, baby. Where's this 15-minute candle close at is the question. I just feel like we got to take out those lows there, 518s or more. Got to get that swipe of that London low there. Get the swipe, and then maybe the bulls step in at that point. But right now, I think we got to swipe that low first.
Yeah.
Just too easy down there. Double bottom as well.
Yeah.
Double bottom. We got our opening range low up there at the 73s. See if that gets tested again here. All right, let this flag set up here. The bear flag's forming. Need this bear flag in. Right now we're looking at the 1 minute chart here. We got our opening range low that we're pushing back up into. The 21 EMA there at the 590s as well. Need to see some rejection up there. Like,
the buyers are still holding it. It's nice.
Holding for now. They're holding until they're not.
Yeah.
We get through, I think, that 550 area again. Then we start to go a little quicker to that London low down there. Back there into the 550s again. She wants to go lower. There's that break through the 550s down there to the 534s now. That London low is pretty much like that 500 area we're looking for now. Oh, she's about to drop like a rock. I just know. Dropping like a rock. 530 is about to go. Get me right down there to the London low, boys. Right down there to the London low. There's 30s. Keep it going. 27s, 24s, 23s. 20! Look at that. That's 40 points. 40 points down there to the London lows from the 550 break. I don't want to say I told you so.
You was in?
Whew. Gotta take that bear flag. Come on, man. That's too easy. It's too easy, chat. It's too easy. At least I was a little worried about your red shirt today. I was like, man, that red shirt gonna be scary. Well, I'm green. I might just be done right then and there. I might just walk away. I tested fate, and it might be time to just walk away. Walk away, chat. Walk away. Oh man, I love when trading is easy. You ever feel like it's sometimes like some days it's just hard, and then today was just just a good easy day.
You know what's scary? When you on a winning streak.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because red day is coming. Always.
And you know
always.
when it's coming.
But that's the thing, right? Like if you have 5 or 6 green days in a row, as long as your losing day is in line with your green days, then it don't matter.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, the problem is, I love when people are like, man, I always trade really good, and then I end up losing all my profits in one day. I'm like, well, that is a problem. That's not trading. That's just now you just lost your whole, like people will have 4 or 5 green days in a row where they make $200, $300 and they're super happy. They're having the best trading of their life. And then on a Friday, they lose 10,000 or they lose 5,000, in one day. And you just can't do that. You got to survive those. All right, Nasdaq, what you going to do here? Down there to the 520s. We got down there pretty much. Now we got like this triple bottom there. Triple bottom?
Yeah.
Triple bottom. How's that RTY looking?
Same thing.
Same thing. Triple bottom looking?
Yes, I'm waiting for some structure to see that if the bulls are really supporting that price.
It's only support until it's not.
Yeah.
Famous last words. Be like, look at this support level. I'm like, oh, look at it. Look at that support level. Watch it. Watch it go through real quick. Do you try to stop yourself? Like, do you normally walk away at a certain point during the day, or do you just trade all day every day?
Yeah, I usually walk away around 10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day, baby. People always ask me, like, Patrick, I want to trade, but I don't have a lot of time. And I'm like, well, that's the best part. You don't need a lot of time.
Yeah, you don't.
The less time you have, probably the better. Some of my most profitable, like, best days are always the ones where I have like other stuff going on, right? Where I'm like today I got to go down and look at my new boat. So like I feel like today is a perfect day for me just to like take that nice little green profit
and that's it,
and then be done for the day and then not think about it. The problem is whenever I have like a day where I have nothing going on, what happens? I end up back on the computer. By like 1 or 2, I get bored, and I'm like, ooh,
let me take this trade.
Let me go look at that power hour. I'm going to go look at what power hour is doing. And then you look at power hour, and then you just it's just terrible.
Yep.
All right, so now, what do we got? What do we got here? Question is, do we keep going lower? 2-minute chart. Having trouble getting back up. We got 2 wicks there.
Yeah.
2 wicks. That 20 area, I mean. Just holding up there for now. Market could be waiting for Jerome Powell to speak later, possibly. Always a possibility.
Maybe I should try a buy stop. Let's see.
Little pushback up here. Trying to see where there's like, I guess maybe test that, push back up to that 70 area again. That big kind of red candle back down. Maybe a little pushback up there, but. Apex is 80% off. That's right. Don't be afraid. Use the code PW for all the best deals. Always. All right. Kind of a little bit of pushback up here. Is this kind of that next bear flag? I always hate when it does this kind of shit because, you know, it's like just such a it'll like sucker you back into trying to get short here, and then it rips back up.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Because on the hourly, it's like it's a higher low.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, fuck, we're right there. We're right there. We held the lows, the London market lows now. And there's that pushback up here now. See, I would not, like, now that we're retesting. Oh, shit. Now you're so good looking the camera turned off.
Oh.
Ginger, we need new cameras. No, we need some kind of way to cool these fucking cameras down. Just turn it off for a second, Jason, on top, and just let it sit. Man, oh, man, oh, man. All right, Nasdaq right here getting back above the EMA on the 1-minute chart, which could kind of set us up for a reversal here.
Yeah.
We do have that kind of right there at the high of, well, right there at the low of that opening range here. We got Powell speaking later on today. The market always on pins and needles whenever
Powell.
he's talking.
Papa Powell.
If you guys have already hit that like button, subscribe button, you know what to do. Blow it up. Like I said, looking here, this is that 1-minute chart, right? We got back above that EMA. 20-minute, the 21 EMA on the 1-minute chart. So no real reason for me to get short. And you'd be like, but Patrick, it doesn't matter. It's the 1-minute chart. But hey, let the smaller time frame kind of keep you out of a trade sometimes. I'm looking at the bigger time frame as well. And just going to be patient. Not that I would get long right here. I just don't want to get short just yet. If I'm looking for a short, I don't want to get short. Just want to get back above that EMA. So we're ready. There's that little squeeze, and like I said, this is exactly what I was, this is the reason I'm not going to get short. So let the 1-minute chart kind of play out here, and then I'll keep looking at the different time frames. 5-minute chart kind of pushing back up here, and is it still turned off?
Yeah, it's just really hot. Now
Fucking
it's
A.
cooled down a little bit.
Right now, pushing up there are the 600s. Now we can kind of look to see, okay, what happens on this 2-minute chart if we start to get back below kind of like 560s again. Oh, shit. Someone's stealing my TRX. You got to keep the thing open. It'll make it cooler. There you go.
Is it projecting on your end?
Working again. You're back. Camera said it had too much.
All right.
Too much for now.
I took a long.
What'd you do?
I took a long at 18.
Took a long?
Yeah.
Let me see what you got. Let me see. I'm looking at R2Y here. 18 what?
1880. Let's see.
I don't love it, but I think as long as this candle closes higher here, you're all right.
I scalped some out. I'm trying to trail. Let's see.
We're still in the middle of that 15-minute range, man. Come on, man. Come on. You know how that 15-minute middle of that 15-minute range,
I'm in the profit. I'm in the profit.
All right, he's in the profit. I like it.
Profit.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little bit of profit. I like it.
And I already trail it too.
All right. Well, I think, hey, the good thing is we're kind of setting up here for a little flag. So if we get through the middle of that range there on the RTY 75 level, then could rip up there real nice. Sunrise driver is long on the RTY. Nasdaq right now here.
All right, I've stopped out.
Stopped out in profit. Stopped out in red.
Break even.
All right. Now it's going to go. Now I got to get long because it's going to go straight up here. Now that you got stopped out, it's time, baby. The market knows. The market makers are watching the stream.
That's crazy.
Look at that. They do it on purpose, I swear. They do it on purpose. They watch the stream and they wait. And they say, okay, he's long. Let's stop him out. And then let's go higher. But hey, this is also a good little lesson. Like I said earlier, no real reason to get short on that, looking at that 1 minute chart just for now, being patient.
Yeah, I was testing the long because it bounced. It's holding the low.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's trying to take back the VWAP.
Remember, you're not a scientist doing tests over there.
Yeah.
No testing.
Yeah.
Just making money.
Yeah.
Mad scientist. I'm going to test this long out. No, don't do it. Don't test it. Don't fucking test it, man. Nasdaq right here at that 18,600 level. I mean, the great thing is for me, like if I think this breaks out here, retest the middle of that 15-minute range.
Yeah.
And then there's that pivot point at 635.
It's trying to break. It's trying to break to the upside.
No. All right. This is what we do, right? Let's look at the bigger time frame. We're looking at the bigger time frame. Let's figure out what we see. Well, we got a triple bottom here, obviously.
Yeah.
So that 15-minute candle dumps straight down, and now we're pushing straight back up. So if this 15-minute candle can close, you know, as a real bullish candle, like back up there above that 600 level, then we'd be kind of setting ourselves up for a breakout through the upside here. So, but again, that's a lot of ifs.
See, what
right now, it's still stuck there below 600s.
Yeah, see, what I used to do is, like, if it breaks out and I missed it, I'll start looking for supply zone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Then you start looking for a short?
Yeah.
Ooh. You're getting crazy now.
Yeah.
Guy's getting crazy. I call that revenge trading. I was looking for a long, but then I went short because I thought I was going to pull back.
Yeah.
That's like yesterday. Everybody was talking about getting shorted open, and it just kept going higher and higher and higher.
So that's why I like to scale in and wait for the move.
Yeah.
I can be in it before it happens.
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine in Hawaii. He might be watching right now, actually, but he used to always tell me, he goes, man, he's like, I just average down. You know, like I average into the moves. I'm like, yeah, that works sometimes.
Yeah.
But it don't always work.
No.
Because, you know, what do you do when the market, like, you're trying to average into a short, and then the market just keeps going higher and higher. And at a certain point, you just can't average anymore.
Yeah.
At a certain point, your account's blown up. So,
yeah.
Dollar cost averaging on the NASDAQ, unless you have a very, very strict system.
That's why I stopped trading the NASDAQ, because that's kind of like my strategy. I like to scale in.
Yeah.
and wait for the move. In Nasdaq, you cannot do that.
Here go. I kind of like rolling back off here.
Yeah. It's tricky. Tricky.
Thinking maybe you drive a short here.
That's the bottom. I don't like shorting at the bottom.
The bottom? No. We in the. This is the break to the downside. Try to get a short here at 69, maybe. I don't know if I'll get filled.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it is the new. Yeah, it's the new 4-hour candle.
No fill. Come on. Come on, Nasdaq. Don't do this to me. Here it comes. You're gonna fill me now. Push back up there and fill me. I'm being too greedy here. All right, I'm going to cancel that for now and just be patient. I wouldn't have gotten filled. No, I wouldn't have gotten filled there. Damn. There's my 20 points right there, man. I could have been done. I could have walked away.
Oh, man.
I could have walked away. 20 points easy. All right, so now we're back below the EMA here, 21 EMA. All right, so we lost the bottom of that 15-minute range.
Yeah.
Not a big move today. Not a big move. A lot of just kind of
not a
grindy.
Yeah.
Very similar to yesterday. Obviously, with Powell speaking later, could be kind of the reason for that. So I'm just watching. If we get that little, like, maybe tapping it back in. See, the problem now is, like, if we look on this chart, now it looks a little better. But it was trying to put in a higher kind of low, but now we just took that.
Yeah.
Fuck. That was the boof. Boof. Fucking A. I kind of just want to put at least, like,
yeah, it's taking out the bottom.
it's trying to go.
Yeah, it's going.
I'm trying to put an order here at the 49s to get filled. Just 2 contracts. All right, we are in. Stop is above that 75 level. Now that I've got in, it'll reverse back up here. So get ready, chat. It's going to go straight up.
Yeah.
And pretty much I'll be looking to get through that, like, 540 area quickly. That should have been, I wanted it to be right there. Lose this 540 area, and then, right down here to the 2030s again, easily. We are short from the 49s now. Just see if we get through that 540s there. I like to kind of trail this down a little bit. You said you like to trail, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah. You just trail with like a stop loss?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You got a C4. About to get wild, chat. About to get wild up in here. All right, I'm not loving this. Not loving it, chat. I'm moving my stop just here to the 60s. We're either going to go or we're going to chop around here some more. We just got to get through this 49s.
Very choppy.
She wants it. Ooh, come on. I want to break through the 40s strong, and then I'm going to trail right down on into it. Just to try to get into that 30 area there quickly. Break the 40s here, then we're going pretty much break even, and then, giving a little bit of room. Get through the 40s. A little stronger. Needs to go. Here we go. All right, we're trailing to 40s now. We got one filled. And we're out. Oh, come on. I was hoping we were going to go right through the 40s. We should have went right down here into the 20s, but
They keep bouncing.
Still $340 there. We played it right. I think we played it right.
Yeah.
I played it right. Hey.
I just don't trust that zone.
I played it right. I don't like it either. Like I said, I wasn't. That's why I was really quick to get in to get out of it. I kind of FOMO'd into that. I didn't have the best entry. Whereas if I would have gotten my original kind of 69 entry, I would have got my 20 points there, and I would have been totally fine with it. But it is what it is.
Profit is profit.
Hey, profit is profit. Hey, sometimes taking profit early, it does this. It saves you.
Yeah.
Right? I could have been greedy there, and I could have been like, fuck it, I'm holding this until it goes to the lows.
Yeah.
And that I've done that way too many times. Just the other day, I was on the stream, and I was up $10,000. And the chat, you know what it is? The chat always gets me so fired up because, everyone's like talking shit, and I'm like, fuck you guys, it's going to go lower.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. Like, even if it's bouncing at like a quadruple bottom, I'll just be like, nope, fuck that. It's going lower. It's going lower. And even when I normally would be like, I would get out of the trade, because the chat is like on my ass, then I don't get out of the trade, and then I end up, not taking profit, and I'm like an idiot. So.
Man.
Yeah. You gotta love that. All right, back up there to the bottom of the 15-minute range. And there we go.
It's a tricky one.
What indicators do you use?
I use the 20 moving average, 50, and 200.
Okay. And then normally what time? You said 3-minute chart, time frame wise?
Yeah.
I like it. That was where I cut my teeth on that 3-minute chart, man. I felt like the 3-minute chart is a good spot. Keeps you out of the chop a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then the problem is when you get to if you're trading on a very small time frame, it's just so easy to basically talk yourself out of a trade because you're like looking at every little move, every little candle.
Yeah.
And this is what I was kind of worried that lower high there, or the higher low, sorry.
Yeah.
Higher low there. That was kind of like if we ramp back up here, this would be that kind of push there. So
yeah,
I like to avoid that if I can.
It's not an upsetting pressure.
Push it straight back up. Hey chat, y'all are funny. The chat is funny today. Oh. What would be your advice to someone who's just starting out trading? Just starting out, just bought their first eval. What would be a piece of advice?
I would say focus more on the skills, not the money.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's funny because everyone always focuses on the money.
Yeah.
The first thing they say is like, "Man, I'm just trying to get rich." You're like,
yeah.
Get ready to get poor.
Because all your habits, all your ways gonna show in the chart.
Yeah.
So you have to basically it's like a fight between you and yourself. You have to learn yourself.
That right there, my friend. That is the truth. You speak the truth. You ain't lying. Well, I also had another guy here recently. He talked about this idea, like if you're not disciplined, or if you're if you have problems outside of trading is not going to make you more disciplined.
Yeah.
Right? Trading is only going to exuberate. Like that word? Exuberate. They it's only going to, amplify whatever problems you have. And I've actually been very vocal about that, right? I've talked about that in the past here on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Whenever I'm going through it in life, I feel like that's when my trading always suffers. If I'm not if my life is not put together, if I'm in a bad spot, I don't know, whatever it is, there's just life problems going on, that normally will end up in my trading.
Yeah.
If I'm having a rough time at home, Victoria's beating me. She's putting me in the fucking corner with a belt. She beats me. Don't tell anybody. Oh shit, I said that on the internet. Beating me. Exuberate.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, chat. Sit down, boys. Sit down. I think I might have the most insane chat on YouTube when it comes to trading prop firms. Child support exuberates me. It does. Child support. You got to pay that shit. I've been paying. My son's turning 13 this year. So that means I got 5 more years of child support, boys. And then I'm going to be rucking rich. 5 more years of child support. And then I'd be rich. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that day to come. It's going to be Trump had his Liberation Day. I'm going to have Patrick Wieland. I'm going to have a huge party.
Yeah.
Huge party somewhere in Miami. Just no longer paying child support. Oh, man. All right, Nasdaq. Well, I mean, the good thing is we took the profit on that trade. I'm happy about it. It could have been, a real ripper right to the face there. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's good to take profit. That would have been an amazing entry. That's 100 points now, pretty much, on that, covering that short. Anybody get long when I covered that short down there? Baby Jesus. That would have been beautiful. I mean, you even said, you're like, hey, it looks like it wants to push back up here.
Yeah. I took a quick scalp.
Ooh, quick scalp. Back up there to the VWAP on the Nasdaq now. Nasdaq back to the middle of the range here. How high does she go? Quite the little breakout there. Wild.
Yeah.
Look at the 5-minute chart right now. Oh, my baby. Baby. Right to the middle of the 15-minute range here. Is this now going to be the breakout zone is the question. Do we break out through here? Do we pull back again? Just chop around some more?
It's still a chop. There's no follow through.
There's no follow through.
No follow through. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the push. Because I'm more of a bull than a bear.
Well, you know what they say, bears and bulls make money. The pigs get slaughtered.
Yeah.
As long as you don't identify as a pig in this market, you'll be all right.
Yep.
Bears can make money, bulls can make money, but the pigs,
yes.
everybody who's still holding AMC from 2019 is fucked. I saw a guy on Twitter. He literally was like, man, I'm down 95% on my AMC investment.
Wow.
What am I going to do? I'm like, you're not doing nothing.
That's why I made my most.
You made money? You traded AMC?
Yeah, I made 7K.
You're an AMC guy?
I made 7K on AMC.
Damn! I made some money on it too.
That was my biggest win.
I made some money on some call options, trading it, and then also trading the stock. But it's funny because it's the money that I made trading AMC was still not more than like what I make from trading futures.
Yeah.
It's like we're laughing. Oh, I made $7,000 off AMC, but the amount of stress and like drama and just all that effort to trade AMC, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Like we talked about this morning when I was like, hey, the best part about trading the Nasdaq is every day I wake up and I know exactly what I'm gonna trade every fucking day. Don't matter if it's Monday, don't matter if it's Friday. I just look at the Nasdaq chart and I trade. I don't have to use a scanner. Back when I used to trade stocks every morning, I have to like spend an hour, looking at the news, trading, looking at the scanners.
Yeah.
Doing all this crap. Oh, Nasdaq 640, that VWAP right there. Can we get through there now? Now I'm like, if we get through the middle of this 15-minute range, we get above this pivot point, we get above that VWAP, I would be looking for a long through the highs up there to this 18,700 area. Would be kind of my thought process here. What do we think, chat? ZM, how's your day going? It's going real good. Going real good.
At the BDH.
At the BDH. He walked in this morning. First thing he said?
Yeah.
What's the first thing you said?
Say Patrick in the flesh.
No. You said you're a lot taller than I thought.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Why does everyone think I'm short? Everybody says that.
He does look short online.
The fuck? I'm solid 6'1" all day, boys.
Man.
Oh.
Like, wow.
Oh, I see the chat. Don't worry, you fucking morons. I see you guys. I see them. They're not They're not smarter than me. I see everything. Hey, chat, no one's getting free codes. I'm giving all the free codes to Sunrise Driver over here, all right?
Yeah.
Blame the chat for being retarded. Blame the chat. It's all your guys' fault. You're getting free. You're getting 5 free Apex accounts, by the way, after this.
Wow. Thank you.
Because the chat wants to be retarded today.
Thank you.
Hey, you come to the BDH, you get free accounts. That's how we roll.
Man, that's nice.
This guy drove an hour. You drove an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Drove an hour and a half to come trade at the BDH. Pretty cool. How long you been watching the streams?
2 years.
3 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
So pretty much like since I was in Orlando.
Yeah.
All right.
You had the Bronco.
Yeah, you saw it when I used to be poor.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Back when I was poor, you know, I only had a Bronco and a Raptor.
Oh, man.
You know, I bought that fucking Bronco in Hawaii. I shipped it back to Florida, and then I sold it in Florida. What a fucking story for that Bronco.
Yeah. Seen the growth, man. How you, because you used to trade in your garage.
Yeah, you used to trade in the garage.
Yeah, seen the growth.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do miss the garage.
I trade in the garage now.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. The nice thing about the garage was like if I had a red day or if I had like a bad day trading, I would just basically walk out, you know, into my house and just be like, it is what it is. But now, you know, I've got a fucking filmer, I've got an assistant, I've got employees.
Nice.
And my favorite is Ginger. She'll be like, did you have a good... Ginger's always very... I don't know if you've been talking to her. She's very optimistic always. She's always very go-happy, very happy person. And then with me, when I have a red day, the last fucking thing that I want to do is talk to somebody who's happy. Right? I hear her right now, like, giggling, and I'm like, fucking A. You know? Like, on those red days, ain't nothing worse than someone being like, Patrick, did you have a good day? I'm like... I look at her like, oh, fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I tell Victoria the same thing. I'm like, just don't ask me. Don't ask me if I have a good day or a bad day. Because it is what it is. I think that's the best way to look at it. I try to not think about the good days and the bad days.
Yeah.
Right? It's just trading. A bad day is just, there is no bad day. It's just, every day is the same.
Yeah.
You either make money or you don't make money. You follow the plan, you follow the rules, and that's it. You know? That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no bad. It is what it is. So I think that after 8 years of trading, that's kind of my response to people. Everybody always asks me, oh, how was your day? I don't know. Same as always.
Yeah.
I traded. I made money. I lost money. I don't even know sometimes. I honestly, like, I try not to think about it. Because if you think about it and all you do is sit around thinking about the day and what you could have done differently and blah, 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 like, you'll end up just killing yourself over it. Nasdaq is still trying to push up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try a long here. It might be a terrible idea. Yeah. But I think we need some entertainment. Just 2 contracts. Kind of through this 20 area. Be looking for a push up there through the 40. Kind of test. We'll test like 40 area maybe. And that refrigerator clicks on. I don't know what it is, but whenever you're in a trade, your hearing becomes like supersonic.
Yeah.
I can hear everything now. I can literally hear the editor over there breathing.
In the trade.
Yeah, when I'm in that trade, I hear everything. Absolutely everything. All right, let's do it, Nasdaq. This is always my favorite. It's like it's going to sit here and just kind of do this little stupid thing that it's doing, and then, you know, then it's going to go straight to the moon.
Yeah.
Just do it now. Get it over with. You know you want to go up. Come on. Oh, don't do it to me. See in green. You just want to keep that green. You see the green for a second, and then it goes back into the red, and you're like, fuck. Just stay the green. Just stay green, Nasdaq. Just push it. Push it real good. See green, take green. Is what they say.
It's like a see money, take money.
Take money, make money.
Yeah.
People think that we're out here making money. I'm just taking money. Trying to take it. Nasdaq wants to push. We get through here. Let's go. Got to get through the 30s. I'm kind of playing with the same mindset. If we kind of break through this 30 area, I think we got good potential 40, 50 area up there. Just needs to go. Oh, saw green for a second. Saw red again. Saw green. You gotta, you know what I love too is whenever you enter a trade, the market, it just seems to like want to sit right there, don't it? It just wants to sit
at
right
your position.
Right at your fucking
at your
blue
position.
line.
Oh my
if
God.
I wasn't in the fucking trade right now, this motherfucker would be up 50 points.
Yeah. As soon as you get in, it stop moving.
The market makers, man, I'm telling you, they be watching. They always be watching me.
As soon as you get in,
they always are
moving.
watching, man. Come on, Nasdaq, just get right through the 30s there. Looking real good. I want this 40 push. I want the 40 push, chat.
There's no continuation.
Don't say that right now. I'm in a trade. I want to see continuation, sir. He says there's no continuation. I'm in the trade. Don't say that. Fucking A. You jinxed me. It's a red shirt. I should have known.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a stupid
it's not
chart.
Going nowhere.
What a stupid chart.
And then as soon as you get stopped out, it goes.
Don't. Now you see, I'm taking profit right there because I don't like this guy over here talking. God damn it!
It's pushing up. Wait, hold on. It's pushing up. It's pushing up.
He got me twice. Oh no! I'm just gonna. I think it was either gonna. We had to get through right then and there, or now I'm just gonna. I'll take that quick $100.
No, it's gonna push up now.
Well, now it's going to.
Yeah,
obviously.
now that you're out, it's gonna push
we
up.
all know it's gonna go higher, but
it's gonna
what I don't
up.
want to see is this thing get stuck here and then dump back down. If we get through this pivot point, we get through that VWAP, there will be a nice little setup to the upside. So I'm fine with that. I'm okay with
it. Just won't get going.
See? No, now he says it won't get going. See? All right, now it's pulling back again.
I tried along there too, but it keeps stopping me out.
Yeah. Man, just a tricky one today.
Yeah.
Tricky one. That in there at the 21s, out of the 25s. Looks like we made the right decision.
Yeah. Well, it
stuck right through it. It was either, like I said, it had to basically ramp up and break through that pivot point kind of on this push, or there's that chop right back down there. So sometimes, like I said, just taking that quick profits is the way to go. It's the way to my heart. Pivot point resistance. Pivot point resistance there. All right, all right, all right. When you're not trading, do you look at the markets? Do you go on Twitter and all that?
Yeah, I'm always looking at on my phone on Weibo.
Yeah.
Always looking at the market.
Yeah. You said you got some long-term stuff you're holding?
Yeah.
Are you a buyer right now, or are you waiting for it to go lower?
Buyer.
Buyer, all right. I like it. I actually did a interview the other day, I think it was last Friday, with the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
A reporter called me and we were talking about kind of retail sentiment. And I said, if you're in your 30s, if you're not trying to retire anytime soon, then this is an amazing opportunity.
Oh,
right?
yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, maybe the market goes lower from here, maybe. Sure. But is it really going to matter in 10 years?
Yeah,
No.
over time, yeah, it's always.
That's why I literally just buy the SPY and the QQQ. That's like my retirement is just SPY and QQQ.
Oh, yeah.
Because that way I don't have to worry about picking what stock's going to go up. I don't have to worry about anything. I just buy the SPY, buy the Qs, and just forget about it. I don't even look. I thought about the other day. I'm like, wait, how much money do I even have in my 401k? And I think there's probably close to $300,000 in there. And I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Because I just know that it's out of sight, out of mind. Every time I pay myself that money, there's a part of that money is put into it, and then I just forget about it.
That's nice.
I don't care about the week. The problem too is too many people, they get so caught up, in the day to day.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. Anytime the market's fucking crashing, he'll text me, be like, "Bro, should I sell?
No.
Should I get out? Should I get out and buy
opportunity.
lower?" That's what he always asks me. He's like, "Should I buy lower?" I'm like, "What do you think you are, fucking Warren Buffett? Just shut up. You're buying 10 shares anyway." Guy's over here worried about his fucking $500 portfolio. Patrick, I bought 3 shares of AMC. Should I sell them? I'm like, I don't fucking. Why'd you even buy that shit?
Yeah, no, not AMC.
Yeah,
AMC.
15-minute chart right now, stuck there below the pivot point,
Yeah.
stuck below the VWAP.
Choppy.
We're going nowhere.
Choppy.
We got Powell speaking today. I think it's a great time to just not do anything.
No clean action.
Don't do it. Nothing wrong with not taking a trade. I think that's like you talked about that earlier, right? About the like your big thing being trying to be more patient,
Yeah.
right? And that's also like the mental, like as a human, being like, hey, I don't just because the market's going up and down does not mean it's a good time to trade.
Yeah.
Because like right now, hey, we went from 600 to 620. Like I could have made 20 points there, but I gotta fucking know I don't know if it's gonna bounce.
Yeah.
There's no clear trend. And what's funny is whenever the market's trending, whenever like that good move is happening, it's so like trading is just so much easier.
Oh yeah.
And then you ask yourself like, fuck, like why did I not just wait?
Yeah.
You know, why did I not just wait? Like probably like once Powell speaks later today, there might be a good move afternoon, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. If the market gets a trend going, there's no reason that we can't fill a gap here today. 18,959 to the upside there.
Oh yeah, that'll be a nice move.
Be a nice move. I mean, we're kind of just holding these London lows right now.
Yeah.
So 15-minute chart. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty right now. I mean, we're just sitting there in the middle of the range. It's almost 11 o'clock. Almost time for Chipotle. You like Chipotle?
Yeah.
Ooh, my guy.
They discontinued the brisket.
Oh,
that was my
I
favorite.
got the honey chicken now.
Yeah,
The honey
yeah.
chicken's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the honey chicken with no salsa and then just like some white rice, some sour cream and cheese.
Yeah.
It pops off. All right, there goes the Nasdaq from
Yeah.
the 600s again, up to the 640s. That might
Just
have
trying to
been the
push.
dip that we needed before going higher.
It's trying to push now.
Now she's trying to push. You know, like I said, once I'm out of the trade, duh.
Yeah.
If I had $1
Yeah.
for every
Oh
time.
yeah. Good you said that. Timing is everything. You may be right, but if the timing is off, it goes without you. Timing is very hard to time.
Put that on the bumper sticker.
Yeah.
All right, so on the day right now, in my Tradeify accounts, we're up 4,000, 2,000 in each of these. I'm not copy trading these accounts right now. I'm just kind of trading these accounts, trying to see. I took a short there this morning on these accounts, on one of these accounts. Shorted there for that bear flag breakdown as we push back up from the 588s down there. Little short here, got stopped out, and now just kind of sitting back, waiting and watching. Also today, making money on my trade, my Apex accounts. I got too many accounts. I've also got my own personal brokerage account that's on Optimus Flow that I don't have on this computer. Made a little trade pre-market on it, but we're locking in the profit. I had to prove that guy. That guy on Twitter said that every time I have a guest, I'm always red. You know, and I had to prove him wrong.
Exactly.
I had to prove that motherfucker wrong. You know? I had to. So, right now, I'm just sitting back here. Maybe at 10:50 we get a move. That London close. London close could get us going here. We're pushing through the VWAP now again. Just got to get going. Right there, the VWAP now. I mean, we had the right idea to be long here at the 600s.
Yeah, just the timing.
Timing's everything. That's funny too, because sometimes that happens where like you just don't look at the chart for a couple minutes, and then you look and you're like, oh, like that's like if I went to the bathroom and then I came back here and saw this, I'd be like, oh, there's my breakout, right? There's my breakout. Up there to the 650s. Trying to get through the VWAP now.
Just trying to push.
Oh my. Oh! What just happened? Someone just farted. You smell that? That smells like money, boys. Money fart. Look at that. Bull flag. Breaking out there through the 40s. Fucking A. See, that was the move. That's what we wanted right there.
Look, the timing was off.
That was it. That was the fucking move,
was
champ.
off.
We wanted that move right there. God. Look at that. From the 600s up there to the 670s, 680s now. Or 670s.
That's the move.
All right, now we're pushing into this supply zone here. 675 here. Like that? Supply zone. You said that earlier. Now I got to say it.
Yeah.
I never say supply zone, but since you said it, now I'm gonna say it. We're pushing into the supply zone here. You know the supply zone, everybody. Do you see the supply zone on the chart? There's a supply zone right there. I'm a genius, pretty much. don't know if you guys noticed, but right here, supply. That 5-minute chart kind of painting the picture there too. That last 5-minute candle, kind of a hammer, a little hammer candle.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, do we get a follow through? Is the question.
Well, now that you said that, it definitely ain't gonna follow through. ain't gonna happen. ZM said I took a high risk short. Why would you do that?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. I just want this. I might just have you come back and just be my full time. Just like you can just say something back on. Oh no. Oh yeah. My full time soundboard over there. That'd be great.
It's pushing right now with no pullback.
Oh. All right, pulling back here into the VWAP again. Oh. I thought it was pretty funny. I saw on Twitter there was a kid on Twitter that posted a picture of my Porsche.
Yeah.
Talking about how he might buy it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty funny, you know, because well, it's my Porsche, and like some influencer kids posting about it online, and I'm like, oh, this is the kid right here. He posted a photo of my GT3 saying that thinking about buying it. What's funny is I know that he didn't buy it because I know the deal. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I
sold it.
I called him out about it, and then they were like, people were all like, this is the best. People don't understand is I fucking love Twitter because it is so much fun to do this kind of shit. Like, I just kept messing with this kid, and he's like, look what I got. I got an M3, I have an Aventador, and then I have a 911. I'm like, oh, cool. Very nice, cool, very nice. You got those, cool. But then this was the best. I had this one kid. Where's this kid at? I had this one guy just going and going. Where'd he go? Oh, this kid right here. So this kid posted a photo. He's like, look, he bought an Aventador. I'm like, and then I'm like, what car is that? I said, what is that? What car? And I'm like, that looks like a Ferrari. Like, that looks like a Ferrari. I'm like, nah, that's clearly you've never driven a Ferrari. And then I got him. Oh, man. It's funny, though. But, getting those views, baby. People be like, Patrick, why you do this? I'm like, just getting them views, baby. Getting them views. More views, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
How did you originally find my YouTube channel?
You were the only one trading future at that time.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, no. I feel like I was the OG of this fucking space, man. People don't give me enough credit. I was one of the first people on YouTube to start live streaming with a face camera. I know that sounds funny, but back in like 2017, there was only a few guys who were doing the trading stuff live on YouTube, and they did not have a face camera. Wow. And I was like, you gotta have a face camera. You need to have you need personality. The problem is a lot of people. There's a lot of really good traders on YouTube or a lot of good traders on social media, but they have no personality, right? And the people, I think that's why people hate me the most, because they see me as like, I'm not a good trader. They're like, oh, he sucks at trading, right? People only watch him because he's, he's loud and all that. But I'm like, yeah, that's the point, right? At the end of the day, people can go and watch anyone they want, but they're going to choose who they want, like based on like, is it fun to watch this person? Is this person monotone? Do they have a good time? Do they bring, people like you in? Do we have guests? I mean, I feel like we're doing stuff that nobody else out there right now is doing, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger. I'm actually like doing a whole new rebuild. So I'm gonna be in Hawaii for a month, and I'm gonna do a whole new rebuild on the BDH.
Yeah.
My vision is, I don't know if you've ever seen Formula One, but Formula One like Red Bull vibes.
Yeah.
Like LEDs built into the walls, just like way more high end. Because I pretty much like painted this whole place and like designed it and like built it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So I think it'll be really cool to like have a professional designer come in and design. I want this whole area to be better. It's gonna be better. So that's kind of the bigger picture. And it's funny because I actually told Ginger, I was like, hey, I want to redesign the BDH. She's like, why? Everyone loves it. And I'm like, that's the point. Like we always got to be pushing.
Yeah, I got to keep growing.
Always got to be growing. I just spent $200,000 on this place, and I'm like, all right, let's go spend another $100,000 on another build. But it's also perfect timing because I'm going to be in Hawaii for a month. I will be live streaming while I'm in Hawaii, but when am I ever not going to be here for a month straight? So it's like, this is the perfect time to like do the build.
Perfect time.
Do the rebuild, you know? I think we're going to move the simulator into that room over there. Just kind of clean it up. Keep it professional here. Building big things. I always laugh because, you know, like we're right here on the road too, on like the main road.
Yeah.
And people be driving by, they see that big old cock on the wall, and they're like, what the fuck what is a BDH? People still ask me, they're like, what is the BDH? I'm like, I don't know if I can tell you. If I tell you, I might have to kill you.
Oh, man.
I might have to kill you. What, who, you got any other YouTube? I won't be offended. Any other YouTubers you watch?
Yeah, second person.
Oh, God, here it goes. Just don't say ICT.
No.
Don't say ICT.
No ICT. Yeah, buddy, Rips.
Rips? Yeah,
Yes.
no, hey, Rips is coming to the BDH, man.
Rips, man, I was so happy when you guys squashed the beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was the only one that come on so early.
Yeah,
Like around 8 o'clock, yeah.
I know, I got to start doing the 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to start going 8 a.m. It's too early, though. The problem is, if I go live on YouTube at 8 a.m., then I'm going to like end up trading that stupid pre-market bullshit.
Yeah.
So like I try to force myself to not sit down on the computer for, you know, a real long time.
Yeah, because that's the time I trade from between 8 to 10. So
Yeah.
and sometime I'll be done before the market is open, and I just stop. So I trade from like 8 to 10.
Like it. All right, we got Powell speaking later on at 1:30. And just right now, sitting back, watching, waiting.
Yeah, no clean move today.
ICT and the BDH. Whew, we'll see. For some reason, he's like, I'm gonna come to the BDH on October 14th. I'm like, what is happening October 14th? I have no idea why he picked that date, but that's why he picked. So far, Nasdaq pushed up there above the VWAP, denied, right back down.
Yeah.
And just sitting back here waiting and watching. That pivot point there. I hate when we get like, we're just right here, right? We got that EMA. We got the middle of the 15-minute range. We got the pivot point. Like, there's just so much crap going on right here. It's hard to really take a trade.
Yeah.
This is the perfect just like spot to not trade.
Perfect spot to get trapped.
It's a perfect spot to trap.
Yep.
While we wait for this trap to play out, what's your favorite car? Not the one. It doesn't have to be one that I own, but if you could buy any car in the world, which one are you buying?
Favorite car. Well, right now, I'll be satisfied with a Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah.
All right. What kind? Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
All right. When you did Uber, what did you drive?
Like Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Pathfinder. Okay. I drove a couple cars.
Yeah. I always thought it'd be funny to do Uber like in the McLaren and pull up. All right, get in.
Actually, I don't even know if because they only have 2 seats, right?
He's only got 1 seat.
Yeah.
Unless the other person on my lap.
Yeah.
Doing the Uber where you got to sit on my lap.
I don't even know if you can put that on Uber.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on Uber. All right, Nasdaq holding up here again, pushing back up. Will the bulls hold the middle of this 15-minute range? I mean, that's kind of like what you want to see happen here for a bullish momentum move, pulling back there into that pivot point, respecting that 21 EMA there on the 2-minute chart as well, and starting to squeeze back up here now. So 680 area is the high from the 15-minute range. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. Right there at the VWAP now. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, man. The hardest part sometimes is just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to do something.
Yeah.
That's what, like, the problem with trading is, like, trading is just, it's so easy to,
press
like,
the buttons.
to press the button, and no one's going to stop you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, your computer is not going to be like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't you don't you fucking press that button. You know, ain't nobody coming to stop you from blowing up your account. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a skill you have to develop. Just watch it.
I don't know. I think we're all built with that skill.
Yeah.
Everybody can blow up an account, no problem. Easy. Real easy. Right now, stuck here at the VWAP.
Yes, keep getting rejected.
Mike could just end up chopping around here all day until Powell speaks.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it's a short week as well. Good Friday.
Yeah.
Good Friday. Market's a 4-day week. Do the Bulls really want to hold over the weekend? 3-day weekend? I mean, in this world that we're living in, you never fucking know.
If a gap down,
I mean, fucking end of the world could happen over the weekend.
Any tariff news?
Yeah, just tariff news or fucking Russia or who knows.
Yeah.
We are living in a headline world now where it's just you never know what headline's coming.
Yeah.
What kind of crazy shit's going to happen next? All right, Nasdaq stuck there below the VWAP, pushing back down 600 area kind of again. Testing. Testing. Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3. 3, 4, testing. Be funny if they just like rip this right back up again.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Just to do it to everybody, you know. The Nasdaq just loves it. Just loves it.
Yeah.
Loves just like trapping people. Bounced right off that EMA there on the 5-minute chart. 2-minute chart right there as well. Stuck below that pivot point. I mean, it's not looking too hot. If we start to sell down here, pull back to the bottom of that 15-minute range again. There's the dip.
Yeah.
There's a big buyer right at 600. Wow. Big buyer I saw a huge order flashing. There's 200 contracts on the book right now, sitting there at the 600s. They just got filled. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows. Somebody always knows.
Yeah.
Somebody getting long before Powell.
It's a great time to buy. Like remember that tweet?
Yeah. Next time Trump fucking tweets, it's a good time to buy. You know what to do.
Yeah.
The funny part is if he tweeted, "It's a good time to sell." Oh God,
that
market's
was 10%
gapping down
in one day.
That was the second largest move in the market ever in history. Crazy. The crazy part was that happened pretty much at the end of the day as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a whole day move.
Yeah.
It was literally just bang,
Boom.
2 o'clock. Whee! Did not expect that, but hey, you never know. Like I said, Trump at the end of the day, he's gonna do what's best for Trump. You know, he gonna make sure the market gets pumped up and get what he wants. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Nasdaq was not reflecting the economy.
No, well, I mean, you know, the stock market, people don't understand this. The stock market does not actually reflect the economy.
Yeah.
Because it really, it's a joke. All these fucking companies trade at such a insane evaluation, you know, that it's like even Tesla, Nvidia, everything's trading at such an insane evaluation. And the rest of the world, the market is like, you know, the middle class people are going broke.
Yeah.
So. Look at that pump once again.
Yeah.
That was at 600. We saw that.
That low.
There was 200 contracts got filled down there at the 600s, 18,600. Somebody knew.
Yeah, somebody knows something.
Somebody knew something. You ain't buying 200 contracts unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That was someone in the chat. Chad Cobra loaded up at 600. Chad Cobra loaded up at 600, 200 contracts long. Good job, Chad Cobra. What would be the margin requirement on 200 contracts right now? I think that would be wild. Hey, next time you buy Chad Cobra, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
So we could join in on the move.
No, I'm saying what would be the margin requirement? How much money would I have to have in my account to trade 200 contracts? 600,000 right now? Is it $10,000 per contract right now? $200,000? I don't think NinjaTrader would allow you to open 200 contracts with only 200,000. Because my broker right now, I think it's like 16,000 requirement per contract. Patrick, show your G-Shock watch. Yeah, buddy. Got this at McDonald's. One of those McDonald's, you know, that give you a Happy Meal. Happy Meal. G-Shock, baby. All right, Nasdaq. Just chopping around here. All right. I wasn't hating on my G-Shock watch. Hey, G-Shocks, you know, are cool. All right, relax, chat. Don't be hating on my G-Shock. I only paid $20,000 for it. All right, I thought it was a good deal. Are we gonna go higher here? Like, what's happening, Nasdaq?
Yeah.
You know, like what's it gonna do? Can we just do something at this point? You know, I don't care if we go up or if we go down, but let's just get out of the fucking middle of the range.
Yeah.
You know, just get out of the middle of the fucking range. We got 51 contracts sitting up at 75s here. And again, just denied right there at the middle of the fucking range again. It's crazy. Like this market, it just can't do anything.
Probably waiting for the news.
Waiting for the news. I agree. You said Tesla was your favorite car. All right, all right. You got a certain model you get? What color?
White.
White? Ooh,
Yeah.
I just bought a Victoria, a white. It was the first time. I don't think I've ever bought in a white car before, but I bought Victoria a white Porsche Macan, little SUV with black wheels. Looked pretty sick.
Yeah.
I was actually looking when I was buying the TRX. I was looking for a white TRX to kind of maybe buy it to have matching cars at home, but the blue one just was a better deal.
Yeah, I like red interior too, but you know,
Red interior.
yeah, Tesla actually don't have that.
Yeah. That'd be a white car with red interior. I like the vibe. I like the vibe. I like the vibe. Oh man. When you were driving Uber, did you ever have any women come on to you, try to get your number?
No.
None?
No.
I feel like that'd be my problem. If I was an Uber driver, the women would just be all over me. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd have to hire a bodyguard. I'd have to hire Jason to come sit in the Uber and make sure the women don't try to touch me. Right, Jason? If I'm gonna start driving Uber and you're gonna be my security guard, yeah, you can film it. We'll be called the real life of PW in the Uber. Wow, I was really hoping for some volatility here today, my friend.
Yeah.
You know what they say? You don't always get what you want.
No.
But if you try sometimes, you get what you need.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Hey, you don't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find. What we got for likes? 769 likes. Let's get 1,000 likes here on the chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. You think the people in the Uber would be all over Jason and not over me? Y'all are crazy. They would not be all over Jason. No way. Have you seen how much better looking I am than him? Come on. Ain't happening. Y'all crazy. I think the people in the chat really have a bad taste.
Yeah.
Bad taste, you know, in men. Because clearly I'd be the best looking one, all right? Oh, fuck it, eh. All right, so you've been trading for 5 years now. You traded stocks. You traded futures. Any options? Crypto?
No.
No crypto, no options?
Crypto,
wow,
yeah, I traded crypto.
Oh, I knew it.
Little bit.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, but option, no.
All right. Well, you have not done the full circle of degeneracy yet, my friend. You need to trade some options just so you can really, you know, that way you can really tell everybody that you have done everything.
It just seems too complicated.
Well, they are complicated. That's why you don't make money.
Yeah,
but you got to at least do it so that way you can tell people, like, yeah, no, I'm a full degenerate.
Yeah.
Because if you traded stocks, you traded futures, you traded crypto, you're only like partially. Once you start trading same-day expiration options, that's when you're going to be top dog. Top dog degenerate. You might not make any money, but you can tell everybody that you tell people, like, yeah, one time I bought a call option. It went up 5,000%. Like, whoa, did you close it? No, I didn't close it. No, I didn't close it. It was up 5,000, but then it expired worthless. That's the best thing about options.
Wow.
Where, like, because, you know, with the Greeks and the implied volatility and all that, like, I've had options before where I would get into an option trade and like be up huge, and then over the next 2 or 3 days just end up losing money because the implied volatility just decay. They say 96% of options expire worthless. You gotta love options. Don't forget casino gambling.
That's a bad win rate.
Well, I mean, you know, it's part of it. Casino gambling? No, that's not part of the trader degenerate life. That's later on. That's after you fail as a trader. Then you go to the casino. People always ask me, like, Patrick, I want to make $10,000 trading. I'm like, okay, what you do is go to the casino, bet $5,000 on black. If you make $10,000, don't ever try to trade. Just give up. So,
yeah.
Well, because, you know, like, if you think that you're going to start trading and make $5,000 just right away, then you might as well just go to casino.
Oh, yeah, like you said it. If you have never made $5,000 in anything, don't expect to make it trading.
Oh, no.
The psychology.
No.
Yeah.
The thing, too, is if you start out trading with the idea that you're going to make money, all you're going to do is lose.
Yeah.
Because also what you're going to do is, what are you going to do? You're going to just, like, every little loss is going to, like, be this, like, huge baggage for you. Because now you're, like, every time you lose, you're like, damn it. You know, I'm that much further away from my $5,000 profit.
Yeah.
Because now I've lost $10,000, so I need to make $15,000 just to make my $5,000 profit. Oh, man. Check out the new CBO SPX document 0. I saw they do have options on futures.
Oh,
they do have options on futures. I've never traded them, but you can trade like Nasdaq options or NQ.
Oh, wow.
Future options. Anybody in the chat trade options on futures? Anybody? What you got? If you guys have already hit that like button, let's get 1,000 likes here on the stream. Come on, chat. NDX, that's what the options are. Can you pull? Do they trade? Like, can you look at them, or no? No, I thought they had like micro options.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Oh, it looks like you're trying to push up.
Well, you look at that. I think it's looking like it's trying to chop forever. This is death by 1,000 paper cuts. Because today is like one of those days where you get into a trade, you're like, all right, I'm going to put my stop at break even. You get stopped out break even. You get in again, you get stopped out break even. And then by the end of the day, you're like, fuck, I'm in the red.
Yeah.
Just because I got stopped out break even 20 times. Yeah, M and Q options. Yeah, see, I know a couple people do.
Oh, yeah?
Trade the micro options. Oh, my. Look at this 15-minute candle here. Yeah, I mean, this is basically the market waiting for Powell to speak.
Yeah.
That's all this is now. I mean, what are you going to do? The best part is, you know what's going to happen. The minute that we turn this off, the minute that we walk away,
yep.
we're going to look. It's going to be at 18,800.
Yep. That same loan we was trying.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. It's just the timing.
Oh, God. RFK Jr. discussing findings of CDC autism survey. Oh, Lord. It's the vaccines, man, making everyone retarded.
I agree.
Oh, man. Pure bloods. No COVID vaccine. Don't need it. You're going to tell me that they, that if they could, they wouldn't? Come on. You're going to tell me that if Pfizer could, that they wouldn't? What could? Come on. You're going to tell me that a company that makes fucking billions of dollars, if they could put a little, little extra in that vaccine, that they wouldn't? Come on. You're crazy. George Camera. I'm going to email Ginger. Fly down from Massachusetts. Let's go.
I think we're getting a push. Is it a fake out?
Are we going to pop another 50 points straight up again and then just pull back? T-Trade, 6 days in the green. Let's go.
Nice.
I like 6 days in the... I'll take 6 days in the green. Let me get you a strategy. Tell me how to do it. T-Trades, come to the BDH. Show me how to do it, baby. Captain Jim staying at the Hard Rock Guitar Hotel. That's about 15 minutes away from the BDH. When Rips comes, we're going to go to the Hard Rock and play poker.
Nice.
I don't know how to... I'm not that... I always just, go all in all the time.
Yeah.
When I play poker. It's either going to work or it's not.
Moon or dust.
Yeah, either boom or bust. Bust or boom, baby. DayTrader Chris, come to the BDH. Just email g@onlyprofirms.com. What motivated you to reach out and to come today?
I wanted to meet you, man.
All right.
Been trading with you for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see it. Like you said, the W stands for winner. Patrick Wieland. I said I want to be around winners, man.
There you go.
So
they say you are who your closest 5 friends are. If you surround yourself with fucking crackheads, there's probably a good chance you're gonna smoke crack.
Yep.
So try to avoid the crackheads when you can.
Yeah, cause I'm trying to break that break that barrier. Cause your mindset is a big part of trading. Cause I remember even if I make $100 a day, I was satisfied.
Yeah.
So I had the top step actually got me the $200 a day to get a payout. That actually forced me to make $200.
Yeah.
Because my mind was not thinking big enough. So I had to push myself to keep making more.
Yeah.
So I can get that payout.
Well, I talked about that with the Tradeify straight to funded account. It's they have the 20% consistency rule on the funded account on the straight to funded. So when I was trading with Tradeify through the straight to funded accounts, I had 30 days of green because I would make $1,000 and then I'd be done.
Yeah.
And I did that for 30 days. And then now that I'm in the live account, what do? I make $5,000 and then I lose it all in the same day. So it's just kind of, maybe it's time to just go back to those $1,000 days. You know?
And call it a day.
All right, Nasdaq, what are we going to do here? I mean, it's just hard to take a trade. If you go long right here, maybe it pops, maybe it drops.
Back, the pullback could be.
You can get a 40-point pullback at that 600 level again.
Yeah.
Someone said it's going to push past the VWAP. I can feel it in my toes. Oh shit! I don't know if that's the VWAP. That might just be some bad blood flow. If you're feeling it in your toes, that might just be some blood circulation problems. Might want to go outside and take your shoes off. It's going to drop because of new AI from China. Ooh. We got 50 contracts up there at the 75s, pretty much the high of that 15-minute range. So what does that mean? Tapping that pivot point area, tapping, I mean, it's just right there.
Yeah.
It's just right there, man.
Just not getting the momentum.
No momentum here. I mean, it's not even about momentum. It's just like there's not a direction, right?
Yeah.
The direction right now is sideways.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how are you gonna trade that sideways market? It's hard to make money when all you can do is get long at 38 and hold it for an hour and still be at 38.
Yeah.
So
no trend.
Another reason that's why we got to capitalize off when you get those good breakouts, when you get the good setups, it's when you got to capitalize. You got to make your money on the good setups and avoid the shitty setups.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of times, you end up like not taking a good setup because you talk yourself out of it, especially now, right? Let's say it breaks out to the upside, then you're like, fuck, I'm not going to get in because it's going to chop. And then what happens?
Yeah.
Then it ends up just, going. So that's also the thing is like priming your brain to be like, hey, after this whole chop consolidation level, there will be a big move to come. I just got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
And there's the pullback. Again, 620s. Got to be ready for that pullbacks. Straight down here. 610s again. Dumped right there at the VWAP. Right here at 600s again. Buy 600, sell 650. I mean, I don't know. It works until it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It works until it doesn't work. We can always just drive the simulator forever. That would be more fun, maybe. Just go drive the racing simulator. Be more action than this. Oh. This is like this whole setup here from 10:20 to this hour-long consolidation area is just, this is exactly where I get chopped up, exactly where I blow accounts at because I'm trying to long, I'm trying to short, I'm trying to long, I'm trying to short, and then an hour later I look and I'm like, oh my God, I blew up my account. It's always these like little tiny ranges that fuck me, and it's funny because some people are like, just trade the range. Just trade the range.
Yeah, if you're on the wrong side, that's it.
Yeah. Nothing good's going to happen until Powell talks. I mean, you ain't wrong there. You ain't wrong there. It's like FOMC day, but not. Well, it looks like that 600 buyer down there is still sitting down there. Again, off the 600s, back up to the 25s. What's funny is if you look at the 15-minute chart, 15-minute chart right now, look at this thing. Just wick, wickety wick.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at the 15-minute chart and I think to myself, like, how, like, this is primed up to go higher. But the problem is, Powell speaking later. We're primed and ready. Another test of that 600 area right back up. Look at that 15-minute candle. Oh. Oh, my Lord. It's doing it, chat. It's freaking
pushing.
doing it. Dung Du said get long. Oh, fucking. The funny part is I love the chat because, you know, everybody in the chat can have a totally different like outlook or idea. They're like, you know, one person's like, it's a long. One person said, it's a short.
Yeah.
It's a long. It's a short. And that's what makes the market, right?
Yeah.
Like that's literally what makes the market because everybody can look at the same exact fucking chart and come up with a totally different idea.
Yeah.
Right? Because especially right now, that's also a thing. Is like if I see that the chat is very like long and short, undecided, then I also tell myself like, well, that's probably a good place to not trade.
Yeah, it's gonna be choppy.
Right? If everybody in the chat is like, oh, it's a fucking look, it's gonna just trend higher, it's long. I'm like, that might be a good time to get long.
Yeah.
But if everybody in the chat is, you know, talking about short, long, back and forth, then great idea just to get out of it.
Yeah.
You can extend that chart that low. Not really. Maybe one of these. Ew. $15-minute chart. Look at this candle right back up there again. Dung Du making money on the longs. Congrats. Look at that. Here comes the rip. Well, there it is. As I say, here comes the rip. It goes rips. It rips. Everybody in the chat that was talking about the shorts, now what are they doing? Now what do we do, chat?
Yeah.
$1 million question. Do you get short here and try to ride this range back down? Or is this the breakout? It's looking like a breakout here.
Yeah, it looks like a breakout.
All that supply. Get ready for that supply, boys. All right. I think you got it. We're gonna go higher here.
Yeah,
I think we gotta go higher here, chat.
There's a lot of room to the
She's
upside.
about to go. She's about to try to get through that open a range high. Can you take me high? Sometimes I feel like if you sing, then the market will respond. You know? I just said, look at that. It just went up 5 points.
You got to talk to it.
Beautiful voice. Me and the Nasdaq, we got a relationship here. It's a love-hate relationship. She loves me sometimes, but then she hates me even more. Hey, look at that. Hey, 700s. Look at the move here, straight up. 18,700 now. Where did all the shorts go? Where did all the shorts go?
Getting squeezed.
Everybody, if you said to get long, say it in the chat. So everybody, I told you to get long, Patrick. I fucking told you. That 600 buyer, 18,600, 200 contracts. He's up 100 points now. Chad Cobra, let's go. Dung Do called it out. Dung Do. Wow, look at this thing ripping right now. Are you kidding me? Ripping. Right up there to our first 50% of the range. But it's like, how the fuck do you know it's going to do that?
Yeah, the timing.
You know, like, how the fuck are you going to, like, what are you going to do there?
The timing.
Oh, I heard that. I think the reason the market's going up is because Hershey chocolate is going to have a new facility. It's like the Willy Wonka factory. Well, I guess the longs were the way. So much for the shorts. Fed official just said 25 basis point cut.
Ah.
Ooh.
That's why we're getting that push.
Gotta love it.
And no pullback.
No, I mean, like we said, it's gonna do this shit where it, you know, goes fucking sideways.
Yeah.
And then makes a big pop.
Yeah.
And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna chase it. You know, it's like now you're just fucked.
Yeah.
There's that breakout.
And you can't short. You can't short against.
You can't short. You can't
Yeah.
get long.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you gonna do here? Now you gotta wait for another pullback.
Yeah.
That's a 100-point move. That was a 100-point move right there. I was like, what am I gonna do about it? I don't know. $680 area is the opening range high. 18,680. Pat, do you miss the mega volatile days? It's not that I miss them. I just
Yeah.
I don't need the volatility. I just want, like,
No, I missed them. That's
you miss them?
Yeah, that was my bread and butter.
Bread and butter over
Yep.
here. This guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my bread buttered later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to get that buttery bread.
Yeah, I don't like the straight up, no pullback.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the ain't no
Yeah.
That ain't no fun, chat.
And as soon as you buy, it pulls back.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. You
As soon as
know.
get in, it
Why
goes-
you even gonna? You know, it's like guaranteed. It's gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
100%. $1 million. It's gonna. If you get in here, it's gonna dump all the way back to 600.
Yeah.
But if you get short, it's gonna go to the 800s.
Exactly.
How does that work? I don't understand how that works.
Yeah.
It'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
Like if you get long here,
It'll pull back.
it'll pull back. But if you get short,
it'll keep going up.
this motherfucker's gonna go up 100 points. I swear that shit always happens. I'll see the
Always
market and I'm
happen.
like, oh, it's so overextended, right? It's gotta pull back.
Yeah.
And then you
And
get
it-
in short and it
It's-
fucking
hold
just
my
keeps
beers. Keep
higher.
going up. Yep.
Yeah, amazing how that works. It's like it's rigged or something.
Yep.
Classic. All right, Nasdaq up there to the 720s. That 50% of the opening range high, right there, or the opening range break. Basically, looked like 726s to the 680s, and then from 680s to the 730s up there. So, what a move! Finally broke out. Hard to be in that trade though.
Yeah.
Had the W down there. You talked about the W earlier. Look at that. W. Little inverted or little sideways W.
Yeah.
Skis way.
And we tried it long. It's just the timing was off.
Yeah, no, I never got short in that area. I did get long, just got stopped out.
Yeah.
For break even. And now just probably pull back here and do some stupid shit. That opening range high is that 70, kind of 79, 80 area. We could always pull back into. Bow, 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 bow. Well, I think that might be the all she wrote, especially now this pullback here.
Yeah.
Just get back into that range again. It'd be great.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I was being sarcastic. But
Yeah.
Pull back in that range, just chop around until Powell speaks later. Literally. And right back to the opening range again. Yeah. Yay. So awesome. You gotta love it. The pop, the drop, I don't know. 15-minute chart, kind of painting that picture. There's not really any like big liquidity blocks on the order book right now. I don't know if that's bullish or bearish, but nothing really out of the ordinary on the book right now. Very low liquidity here. See if they're going to hold that opening range high. Can they hold it there? Or do they go lower? VWAP down there at the 40s. Little reaction so far there off of the open range high at the 78s. I think the biggest thing for like bull flags too, you got to be patient about. It's like you want those like candles like look like buyers are kind of stepping in as it's like dipping, right? You don't like you just don't want to see like a big kind of like red dump candle that's like kind of just you know, like you want kind of like I want to be seeing like little wiki wicks on the bottom of those candles, kind of showing that there are people trying to buy the dip kind of thing. Because you know when you get that big kind of dump candle, it's just like all those buyers are they there? Is it a bull flag or is it just now going to be a chop pullback? You know, right back down. So
it's like a falling knife.
The falling knife, that's. Don't go chasing waterfalls trying to get those fallen knives. It won't work. I've tried it long enough. All right, Nasdaq pulling back here. Bounced off the opening range high for now. All right, well. Holy shit. There's 600 contracts sitting at 670s right now. Y'all see that? 600 contracts sitting there at the 670s. Anybody looking at the book right now? 600 contracts just sitting there. Somebody knows something. 670 contracts just sitting there. Very interesting. Who's that? Who in the chat's trying to get long 600 contracts here? I know it's one of you guys. One of the Warren Buffett's in the chat right now. We got 600 contracts waiting to get filled at the 670 area. Just sitting down there. Now we got to get probably pull back at 670s.
Are you going to get filled?
They're going to get filled or they're going to chase it higher.
Yeah, it's not giving a pullback.
Not a lot of volume coming through here.
No.
Ooh. The moment of truth. Going nowhere.
Yeah, it looks pretty toppy.
You're going to get those 600 contracts filled down there. Market's got to move to that liquidity.
Yeah, you got to grab it.
Got to get that liquidity. 600 contracts just sitting on the book is a lot of liquidity here on the Nasdaq. You're going to try to pull it back there into the 670s now.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get it.
Let's see what the reaction is there. They moved it up.
No.
They moved it up to 80 now. 600 contracts at the 80s here on the book right now. Just sitting there. 678 official. 604 contracts. He's filled. Or he might have been spoofed.
Looks like he's... Oh, he's filled.
I think he got... Nah. I think they spoofed it.
He spoofed it?
I don't think 600 got traded there. Market makers moving the market, baby.
Wow.
Market makers moving the market here. I don't know. I think as much as we want to keep trading and making more money, I just don't know if there's the right setups to come. So
yeah.
It's been a hoot.
Yeah.
Fucking one of the most slowest market here.
Yeah, this whole week.
Yeah. We wanted more profits. Well, got any final last words? Any advice to the chat?
I would say show up every day.
All right.
Be consistent. Don't think about the money. Learn the skill. And yeah, and then you stay at it, keep applying pressure. You make it to the other side. 'Cause I mean, I've seen the result from sticking to it, and not giving up. And then there's so much more I'm trying to accomplish.
You gotta think about it. If you really look through history, like how many people have gotten rich overnight?
Never.
You don't hear about it. Warren Buffett. It took him years and years, and he almost was bankrupt multiple times.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's just like you got to go through it. You don't get rich just simply putting on one trade.
No.
You get rich from putting on 100,000 trades over a long period of time.
Yeah. And you got to
that's it.
You got to
right?
get uncomfortable.
But the thing is, one trade can make you poor. Right? One trade will blow up your account, will put you back into the eval, whatever it is. And that's just like it's hard because you want that progress, right? You want to like every day just be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Those, like you said, those $100 days, those $200 days, do that for a month straight, and you'll be in a lot better place than you will be than the guy who blows up his account 20 times in a month.
Yeah. And keep resetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, you just don't want to get stuck in that. Like, I've been stuck in it. I feel like recently I've been stuck in that kind of like 2 steps forward or 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And it's just like, I'm really not going, somewhere right now. And that's where I want to make sure I'm like, hey, let's just get some consistency back. Let's just get those green days, do it consistently for a month or 2, and then we can size up again. Then we can go harder. Then we can go for those bigger days. But for right now, like the market's just not giving me those setups that I can personally capitalize off of. And it doesn't make me a bad trader.
No,
it's just about
not your season.
Yeah, it's not my season.
Yeah.
Like Jake said the other day, there's plenty of when you're hot, you're hot. Like there's certain basketball teams when they're playing basketball, like they don't matter. Like they're just having a season.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't mean that the other team sucks. It's just like this is not their season.
Yeah.
So I think traders have to also kind of admit that and get to that point where you're like, hey, it is what it is. Right? Right now, I'm just maintaining. I'm not really like my accounts aren't going up, but I'm not losing my accounts.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing to do is just keep yourself out of those out of that mindset where like every day has to be a profitable day.
No.
Because not having a small profit day or having a small loser day, if you think about it, like if you got $10,000 in your account and you walk away only down $100, like you
That's great.
You got $9,900 in your bank account, right? But if you walk away with a $5,000 loss and you just lost $5,000 out of your $10,000, like that's hard to get back from. So big thank you coming in today, making the drive. Little sunrise drive. I know you like those sunrise drives, but
pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Always amazing to meet just people all, what blows my mind is like I think about it, I'm like I meet people like you, I meet people all the time, and it's like it's pretty cool just to see the variety of people and just to see the different people, different stories, like different lives. Everyone just has their own story, and everyone kind of has like their own like kind of idea of what they would be success for them, right?
Yes.
Some guys are like, man, I need to make $1 million. And then some guys come in, they're like, man, I just want to make enough money to pay for my kids' daycare.
Yeah.
If I can pay for my kids' daycare trading, like I'm happy. And I'm like, damn, like it puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
Not every person is trying to get rich, like, off of trading. Some people are just trying to make a little bit of extra money consistently and pay their bills.
Yeah.
But I think the guy who has a reason, who has something to like work for and to like really like a goal.
Your why, yeah.
That guy is gonna be way more successful than the guy who just wants to make $10,000 just because.
Yeah.
Because the guy who's like, hey, I'm good with the $100 a day, and I've met plenty of people that are like, man, you changed my life. I'm like, damn, how? They're like, I got a $500 payout after getting your course. I'm like, damn, okay, like for me, I'm like, that's cool, $500, like that's nice. But it's all perspective, right? $500 to that guy, he's like, man, I work for 3 days straight to make $500.
Yep.
And I made $500 trading.
Yeah.
Working for 20 minutes a day. Like I met a guy at the car show. He works at Goodyear Tire. He's got a great job. He's like, I'm the head tech. He's fucking making like $40, $50 an hour. Working on cars and shit. And he trades like in his spare time while he's at work. He's got his like computer set up. Yeah, he's got his his
nice.
toolbox.
Yeah.
He's got a monitor. He's got his computer at work, and he trades like he's like, if I can make an extra $50, and like if I put a trade on, I make an extra $50. Like that's $50. Like that's one less hour that I gotta work.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like to see the people who are like actually serious about not just getting rich off trading, but are like, hey, if I can make an extra $5,000 a month. Like that's a game changer. That allows my kids to go to a better school. That allows my wife to not work or whatever it is that allows me to get a better house in a better area, or just like everyone's got their own little thing. So I think that right there is the secret, right? Figure out like what do you really need, and then aim for that, because you can always make more.
Yeah.
Right? You could be like, hey, I'm happy at the $100 a day, but guess what? You ain't gonna be mad when you make $200 in a day.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna be mad about it.
Exactly.
You're gonna be like, hey, I did it.
Especially when it's your season.
Yeah, when you're hot, you know, and the market's giving you those good setups. That's why I love the strategy that we trade. It's like, if I get into a trade and I'm like, hey, I want 20 points, but I get 60 points.
Woo.
Who cares? I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
You ain't complaining.
But if I only get 20 because it pulled back or whatever it is, then I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got my 20 points. Did I miss out on 60 points? Maybe, but I got my 20.
Yep.
So every little extra is extra on it. So there it is. It's been a hoot. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to learning more about the journey, hearing about a year from now where you're at.
Yes.
I like it. I think the biggest secret is just being consistent, man. Because if you blow up, if you quit, guess what? Like, you're not going to be there when that next opportunity comes along. When the we're going to have, like, we get through this shit, whatever we got, the crappy move that we're dealing with. Maybe next month it's going to be amazing, right? Maybe the bull flags are going to just be paying the bills. But if you don't get through this area right here, then you're not going to make it to the Holy Land. So that's it. I think we got it. What would be for you? What would be the like holy grail of trading? Like, what would you like really be happy if I told you? I was like, hey, you can make $2,000 for the rest of your life every week from trading. Would you be happy with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely will be happy.
But you couldn't make any more. Any more than 2,000, you can't make.
I'll
more.
be happy with that.
Yeah. I'm like, hey,
I'll be happy with that.
That's it right there, my friend. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning back here at the BDH. Big thank you for our guest today coming in, driving an hour to see us. And like I said, we'll be doing some more events. I want to get like some more events in the future where we kind of get more and more traders in here and just like more stuff. Maybe a little open house and fun stuff. You've already seen it before. Yeah. Most of the world has seen it. And like I said, we're doing a whole new relaunch in the future. So big thank you guys for tuning in. I always, the chat always has options to go other places, but you keep coming back for the PW experience, baby. There it is. We love you. We hate you sometimes. I mean, I hate the chat sometimes. But today I'm going to love the chat. Even though the chat has been fucking retarded all day, I still love them. And no power hour today. I'm going down to CV down in Miami to pick up I wish I was picking up my boat, but to pull the boat out of the mold. And that's it. So, peace to the Middle East. See y'all on the flip side. Later.